let us do the jumping in of the jumping in Jinjo. Well, let's see here. Actually, guys, we made it to
Last
like
Christmas.
we made it to month 3 officially. You should know that. That's cool. So
we've accomplished nothing.
So you guys should know that we made it a quarter of the way through my campaign time.
Ooh.
My 52 weeks. Consider that when you guys are considering making your choices and your withholding or your divulging of information. So pre-session talks. I'll do a couple, then we're going to have a nice little roundtable checkup. Player jobs. Don't forget, there are incentives to doing it. You guys have rewards to be unlocked as you guys do your jobs. Now, that being said, I went through everybody's character sheets as I do. I check your guys' character sheets regularly, so if everybody would do me the favor, go to your character sheet if you're not already there, and go ahead and look in your notes. What you will find is that I have done a little bit of housekeeping and organization on just about everybody's regarding your player job and or your like session goals, stuff like that. Like there were a few folks that put like basically nothing but like 2 or 3 like lines of text. So I went ahead and I just started that, gave you the outline for you guys to fill out. Because one of the things that I was, when we were talking before this about the inventory thing, one of the things that I was going to say is that since I can't monitor your guys' stuff, I don't know when is too much for you guys to handle on a lot of things. I also don't know when to throw the hooks for your goals at you, right? I can't do a whole lot of planning around like trying to get you guys your experience if you guys don't write the stuff down in your notes. Since I can't like remote access your desktops and shit and see your guys' notepads and stuff, this is the only place where I can actually like interface with what you guys do, unless for instance like Josh has that living document that's up in the player roles, current player roles and campaign guide section of our Discord. Just keep that in mind. Does anybody else have Daniel loading on his camera for me? Or,
Yeah, he's frozen,
Okay.
blowing a ghost stick right now.
He's blowing the sickest vape right now.
fucking
Nah, it looks like
sick. Oh, there he is.
It looked like a
Oops.
ghost stick was entering his mouth. It was actually
So-
kind of funny.
Uh-oh.
What just happened?
Just happened.
Yo, I didn't know robots could get blowjobs. Damn.
But so that just keep that in mind, because it is starting to get, or at least it sounded like it was starting to get, or potentially get, kind of convoluted. We did have an inventory heavy session last week, plus like note taking, and there's been a whole lot, and like obviously we're not necessarily a well-oiled machine yet, but this is like our 13th session since session 0. So
That is correct.
unfortunately,
That night.
right. So unfortunately, like we being a quarter of the way in means that we do have to get into being a well-oiled machine a little bit faster than if this were a no limit campaign where we just play until the campaign explodes.
I vote
so-
for that.
Well,
Let's just do that.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that in a second. So again, I've been writing things out in your guys' character sheets, and I hope that you will continue to do the same thing, because otherwise, I can't fucking help you. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm talking to a plank of wood, and your guys' character sheets show me a plank of wood, then I mean, fuck, man, I'm Jimmy. You know what I mean? You guys are plank. So, I in order to be able to do the hooks and all that stuff, and like, you know, manipulate your guys' like fun times, I just need the fill outs of like, for me the most important part is the notes. I try my hardest to trust that you guys know when to check off the spell slots, when to know what's in your inventory, what's not, also to read your abilities and know what those abilities are for your class. Rest in peace, Gore Guts. You was a day one. paladin who smited once. So, again, that being said, I just want to make sure, because we have a paladin who lost his subclass, and come to find out that his player didn't deselect that subclass. So I don't know what bonuses he gets for that subclass or what bonuses he doesn't get. So I went ahead and I deselected it for him. I took the necessary precautions just in case that subclass, since it is apparently a homebrew one, since that one went away, I took the necessary precautions to where I can replicate the whole thing if need be. But I digress. When we first set up this campaign, I said to add your goals and stuff to your notes and sections to your character sheets. I'm just reinforcing that now. I got a bunch of to-dos. You guys can ask Amanda. I have been pumping it double time in the fucking in the session prep for trying to cover at least several of the bases that you guys might want to pull into. Your guys' blurbs of your backstories, a lot of those were empty. Don't forget to add those, please. Including names and whatnot, because while you guys might have it on your desktop, I need to know what names to pull. And then just keep in mind that you guys have if you've gotten your incentives for your player roles, don't forget those, because they might come in handy as you guys are about to embark on your first long rest out in the wild. And maybe possibly you already encountered some stuff that maybe you want to know the sort of like extensive relationship of people or places or things. Just as an example. Oh, also you guys are likely going to get into a combat straight out the gate. So like maybe switching those initiatives might be a tasty treat. So just throwing that out there. But you have been granted that ability. Exactly. That was like 4 sessions ago or so. But that's that. So, let's just go ahead and open it up. This is the monthly roundtable checkup. I do want to hear from everybody. I don't want you guys to be silent and like, oh no, everything's great. Like, I'm not fishing for compliments. I'm not trying to stir up drama. I don't want a compliment sandwich like we did, a couple of years back. I do want an individual like assessment of how you guys are actually feeling about the campaign, the table, the game, so on and so forth, like communication too much, lack thereof, or whatever. But we'll start with Josh. How are you?
I mean, I'm fine. I don't see why there should be a problem that I'm not fine. I mean, yeah, it was sad that Gorguts died in his first session. I really liked working on that character, and it's kind of sad to see him go, but so be it. Sometimes we lose our babies too soon, and it makes me sad.
I mean, but on a slightly serious note.
In all reality, no. I mean, you made it quite clear on like before session 1 when we first started making Connor, you made it quite clear like your character can die in the first session. Just expect that every session your character is going to die if you make the wrong choice. So the loss of both Connor and in one session, and then losing Gorguts in the next session wasn't anything that made me go, oh well, now I'm angry. No, it was you pre-warned us, so there is no reason why I should have been mad at that. I felt like. So yeah, I mean,
I
so
hope.
far I'm fine, and I just hope that the next character lasts a little bit longer.
Yeah, that'd be upsetting.
Me too.
Yeah, it really
Right.
would be to be like, hey guys, it's this old character.
I mean, all I'm saying is,
to you.
yeah, that's like what I was saying last week. I mean, you're right. Like, I did try to prime this as much as possible of like, hey, I'll play this straight, and I'm gonna play it open. And I sincerely hope that you guys have the tactics.
Yeah, you started every session with like, hey, I want you guys to know this is not an easy mode campaign. Like that you guys are playing on Toho Lunatic difficulty. So do not expect
Toho Lunatic would have been the Constitution modifier death saves.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
That would have been bad.
But
We are
anything else you
playing
wanted to
on
wrap it up?
normal, though.
Anything else that you wanted to wrap up for your talk time?
I mean, not really. I think one thing is I think a lot of the players should be a lot more open, because you are the DM. So if you say that something's going to happen, or if you even warn them of like, hey, this thing might possibly happen in the future because you are taking actions down a seriously dark path, there should be no argument from them. And the fact that there has been a few times has kind of made me go, why? That shouldn't be happening. Other than that, I think everything else is fine.
Cool beans. I'm just going down the order that I've got here on the Discord. Dan O'Man from Pakistan.
I'm having a really good time. I like the new systems that we have implemented with like goals. That's been fun. I'm glad it's come to more of a consistent thing, because having like 10 goals is it's like worse than crit fishing with a character that can do one thing. You know what I mean? Like it's terrible. That's not fun. But I enjoy that system that we learned from Josh's campaign, so I'm glad that we're continuing that, because that challenges us to do things that are kind of silly. You know, I like limiting it to like, don't do the same thing every single session. And it's made me be creative with like what I want to like. I want to tell a story about my past, or I want to, you know, do something that pertained to the last session that I want to get done this session, you know?
Right.
Cool. I like that system. I like that we are doing a new system of items, because D&D's items are really lackluster once you kind of see them all. Wondrous items are great, but weapons and armor just get super boring with +1, +2. It's not creative.
Right.
I really like this system. I love it. I like that we got some stuff. I'm excited to find more stuff.
I love that you guys rolled the best tiers of shit on like 5 out of the 6 items.
We still got to do the plate mail. So
yep.
see what happens.
Literally, you should
did
have
I say
the
modified?
D4.
I meant it's broken and can't be used.
So instead of rolling the D2, you should have it be a D4.
I'm kidding. I have no problem giving you guys the best of that stuff, because it's look.
It's minuscule in the things that can happen. Yeah.
Compared to the things that you guys have fought.
Yeah.
Do you think that an extra +1 or 2 to hit against the dire troll?
Yeah. It's,
you know what I
like
mean? That's why I'm like,
resistances for armor. Like it's actually pretty balanced. Like it's
right.
You do a little tiny bit more damage if you roll well enough to do it in the first place.
Right.
You know, it just makes it more interesting because it's fun to roll dice. But
yeah,
I think that's it for me.
Sick.
So I'm done.
You wanna give us a little talk? Den Mother's here.
What are we doing? What are we talking about, please?
So, just a little bit. It's our monthly like roundtable checkup. That's I mean, I want you to talk about how is your feeling of the gauging of the game, the table, the campaign, anything that's on your mind about it, anything positive, negative, in between, just something.
I feel like we're moving a little slow, but it is what it is. I mean, but other than that, I mean, I don't have any issues.
All right. I'll take your fucking pace up. So, Ricky, how are things? How are you?
And I'm good. I don't really have anything to say just because it's my second campaign, Dan's being the first, so
I mean, the thing about that is that technically you've put in like half a year's worth of D&D in half of that time. So I mean, I wouldn't even consider you new anymore, because you've juggled 2 separate characters in 2 campaigns, and you've been able to keep it straight, which is something that literally nobody else in this table has done simultaneously. Dan, you're muted.
and show rapid improvement.
I mean, you're not really new anymore, so that. Sorry, man.
They're off. Hey, man, you don't have to play if you don't want to.
You don't have to play if you don't want to. But you're not new anymore either. Yep. So, Xixis, unfortunately, failed his dexterity saving throw. Oh, hey.
Rocks on the ball.
I mean, you have to have some sort of feeling on this, right? Whether it's communicable or otherwise.
Yeah, I think you guys keep saying that is fucking annoying. And
Fucking finally, Jesus Christ, dude.
not just like, not keep saying it.
Oh God, just to hear you
beating
say
a dead
it.
horse as long as it brings amusement to somebody.
That's. Oh man, you have no idea how happy that makes me to hear you say finally that it was annoying. All right. Well, good. Well, unfortunately for Deus, he's about to have a real bad night. So
He's
that's
gonna get his vision back, and then he's
that's
gonna find a venomous snake in the forest, like chasing Keksi, and then it's gonna spit venom in its eyes, and he's gonna go blind again.
well, kind of actually. You're not far off. But first, that's the end of our pre-session talks. Goals. So throwing it right back to you, Josh. Zinch's goals. Did he accomplish any of his preset goals last week, or did he have preset goals last
He
week?
did not have any preset goals last week.
Sick. What are his goals this week?
This week I have the goals of share rumor. Since I don't imagine him being long enough for a short-term goal, I just made 3 session goals. I don't have them written down in the character sheet. I probably should do that right now.
Probably a good idea.
I have share rumor that I know of.
Nice.
The second one is try to become a friend of the party. Just because they all seemed to really get bitchy last session.
Well, it wasn't so much bitchy. It was just hilarious that the first nice person they meet, everyone's like, "Who the fuck is this guy's deal?"
Yeah, exactly.
Who the fuck are you? But yeah,
the third session goal is to get back to Karen successfully.
Nice. All right. Then we'll pass it over to Kaioken. What you got?
Change this one. I have roll a nat 20. I just rephrased it from get a critical hit to just roll a natural 20.
Roll a natural 20. Perfect.
Yeah. Find a mount / beast of burden is my second one, and tell a story from my past is my third. And then
gorgeous.
For short, I have teach someone something, get favor of Black Veil, find out something out about them, find out more about Yoni, and then the same longs that have been long.
Good old long boy.
Yeah.
Ambits. So, what's your goals?
My session goals.
Right.
I completed one last week, which was tell a story about the Fae. And my new session goal is to reach the X on the map that we are currently following. And because of how session ended, and if I'm not, I don't want to be metagaming in game.
This is kind of this is the okay space to metagame is the goals.
Basically confront the Autumn Fae follower that's been following me to meet my spring counterpart.
Perfect.
And then I have short-term ones that I added, but
okay. If you want to talk about them, that's
okay. Short-term.
Kill Deus.
Well, I don't really know.
Kill Deus.
Well, we'll see.
Give him his sight back. Make him blind again.
I'm just gonna rip the eyeballs out. I don't know if this would be a short term, because I don't know if it's gonna necessarily happen during this session. But it was like, after finding my counterpart, discuss the ceremony of custard between winter and autumn, if they have any further information regarding it.
Right.
Gather more information on what winter and autumn are like planning. Have they assembled forces or whatever? I think those are kind of the same. We'll delete that one. Those two are the same.
Okay.
Hold on. And then I need to figure out a defense and attack plan And of course, still succeed with Shield Warrior.
I mean, man, I sincerely hope that happens soon.
Someday.
Nope.
Because boy,
Nope.
I'm gonna start feeling bad.
Never gonna happen.
No, I won't feel bad. All right. So that's pretty good. All right, Xixis, you, my man. You got some shit.
I got. Oh, I don't. You would have to tell me because I got cut short. My internet and mic was being stupid.
Damn.
So I don't know what I did.
You don't have to make excuses if you don't want to
play. If you don't want to play, man, it's okay.
So
that one got me off guard.
I think we're gonna get to the end of the session.
Hard on that.
We're gonna get to the end of the session. We're gonna be like, cool. Listen, you're all fucking assholes.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
I
the Discord server.
12 now. I'm gonna keep a tally from now on.
Yeah, that's a good player job. Keep a tally of how many times we say you don't have to play. Oh, there's a side note. There's an episode of Blippi where he goes to the Pacific Science Center and they have a button, and the whole tracker is how many times that button's been pressed, and it's into like the fucking like 9 digits and shit. And so he sits there and like just spams it like 27 more times. All right.
I can relate.
Well,
seems like we're doing that right now.
So I mean, not a whole lot. What were your goals last time? Because the only thing that Xixis really did that was autonomous, after you got like discoed with your mic was you did a carpentry check to fix an axle and wheel on the wagon. Other than that, you were doing your robot vagina.
Then I don't believe so, because mine, I still like the learn something new,
right?
Because it kind of like forces me to like ask about stuff or like go out of my way to try to figure something out. And it was like roll a crit and then defeat an enemy, but we didn't fight anybody yesterday or last session.
God, if only it was yesterday. Okay, so. Then with that, let's go ahead and drop right into the old recap. So after catching up with the group, Keksi, Xixis, and the gang, along with the new suspiciously nice, likewise traveler named Zinch, proceeded to investigate the cave where they defeated the bandit group. Finding loot, they decided it was safer to weather the approaching storm and the outside elements than to remain in the cave. Traveling for half the day, they came across the overturned cart on the side of the road. While determining what to do with the cart, Kaioken scouted ahead to seek refuge from the deluge of rain that was coming down on their heads, coming up empty-handed. Despite all odds, the group got the wagon trailer rolling and found one of the interesting campsites that dotted the land, where they began to hunker down for the night. While describing the difference between the reigns of the Feywild and the Prime Realm, Keksi had a fit of inspiration. Following her nose, she ran off into the night, followed by Deus. She wound up face to face with a spring Eladrin who claimed to be her contact. He also proclaimed that she had been followed by a winter-autumn spy. And that's where we're going to start.
Hey, quick question before we start. Can I have inspiration for that?
Fuck yeah, you can.
Wait, adding now.
That's another thing. Don't forget, I did say it in session 0. If you guys ever are inspiration fishing, please tell me, because I sure am dumb. If you guys ever think that you're doing something extra creative or extra on the nose about your characters or whatnot, then please.
I'm going to try this session.
There you go. All right, so
Woo.
the man in front of you, the Eladrin that you see. I don't know if you remember the description that I said, but he stands around 6 feet tall, pretty slender. He's wearing this my back. He's wearing this vibrant green and blue, like a formal dress for Navy. With the Marines. It's all like high collared, buttoned up. It's a dark foresty green with these sort of like almost like turquoise blue, like filigree, all the stitched work and whatnot. And he's got this saber that's got this hook on the end. Looks rather like comes up to a point and then hooks back down. As he tells you that you have been followed by a winter autumn operative, he draws his saber and he does this sort of like spinning flourish. And as you look at him, almost almost as if like the magic itself were like the outfit and everything were an illusion itself. When he does that flourish, his clothes go from this formal wear to more of like this green ghillie suit. It looks like he's wearing essentially like a shrub tunic, and then his like the leaves and whatnot, they're kind of like apple tree leaves, right? But they are tanned at the bottom, and they kind of like, just from the noise that they make, you can tell as they kind of scrape against it, you can tell that they're obviously not leaves. They're made from something more akin to metal in their rigidity.
Mm-hmm. It just looks more ornate, like leaves.
It looks like what you
scale mail kind of.
Yeah, like what you might consider to be like scales. They're kind of like
cool.
overlapping each other where he's armored. And then his hair, again, this is all within this flash of his sword.
Mm-hmm.
His hair goes from this tight back, like
Formal.
formal. He had like kind of shoulder length hair,
Yeah,
right?
braids.
And then he had these
Some
two
braids.
braids that tied the rest of it back to behind his head. Well, as he flashes, you see it just poof out into this like wild, thick, like kind of like my hair, but much curlier, right? As it comes out, and similarly to his armor, it ends tipped in this sort of like orangish red ombre at the ends of this like highlighter green look. And the last thing that you notice is he was really super suave, right?
Yeah.
When he was talking to you, he came off as relatively like smooth and calm. And as his sword passes across his face, you notice that his teeth have become more like they look like whittled sticks whittled to a point that like form like this jagged look. And his eyes go from this clear like sclera to filled with like swirling blue and green shimmers.
Yeah.
As he turns and stops, completely pointing it at the approaching person. And then he completely, like, his clothes continue to move almost as if they have a life of their own, but he himself is moving quite statuesque in how still he is.
Okay.
Is there anything you wanted to do?
Yeah, as soon as I see him draw his weapon, I'm because I have my back facing whatever's approaching from behind.
Right.
So I am going to be reaching my back to grab my axe, and I'm going to lead with my shield as if like I'm going to be attacked from behind.
Right.
And then I turn around.
Okay, go ahead. Give me a perception check. Disadvantage because it is heavy rain. Womp womp.
Ooh, well, I saw 11 there. Let's see again. Ooh. Okay, so 11.
All right. Yeah, you at first wouldn't see too much, but because
It's like
Deus,
an obscured figure.
yeah, because Deus doesn't exactly have like a super high passive stealth. You would see like just trouncing forward in his chainmail as he's and of course, he sees you. You guys make eye contact, and it becomes you and Deus make eye contact as he's obviously blind.
I kind of like look over at my shoulder at the spring Eladrin, and I'm trying to deduce if he is completely like focused in on Deus, or if there's something.
Oh yeah, go ahead and give me an insight check. At advantage.
Sweet. So first one's a 12. 2 12s. Whee!
All right. He is focused 100% on Deus.
Keksi's eyes are just wide, like disbelief, because I did not know that, and I yell for Deus to stop.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just going to roll a little bit of an initiative because there's a few things that are going to happen right now. Let's see.
So can I roll initiative then?
Yes, please go for it.
Oh, I might just have to burn my inspiration.
It's up to you.
See what
Who
everyone
wants
else
to
rolls.
roll an initiative for Deus?
What's his modifier?
Oh, I just assumed you'd pull up his thing. I have no idea. Never mind. I'll do it. It's okay.
I can do it.
Well, it's not gonna. You're not gonna be doing any combat. I literally just need an initiative count
I got
from
it. I
him.
got it. You can be.
Alright.
Deus.
Then I'm going to do
3,
the.
2, 1, go. He's got a -1. Oh, I rolled good.
Fuck yeah, you rolled really good. Yeah, get all of those out of the way, please, if you could.
Shit.
Then. This is actually probably gonna end up on roll 20, I think, because. And he rolled a
It just says 23.
23. Yep, that's his initiative.
I don't have anything on roll 20.
You don't have anything on roll 20?
It's just the gray screen.
Oh wait, just a gray screen.
Yeah, I don't have anything up.
You can't
Are
see
you
us
are you
the-
in Embers of Hope? Or are you in Odella Isles?
Embers of Hope. Oh, it's at a tavern. Sorry, like a grayed out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, that's where we're all at.
Oh, it's great. It's grayed out for you, or it's not in color.
he doesn't have vision enabled. All
Got
right,
it. Okay.
all right. I want to fix that before anything else fucking happens.
Mm.
Good golly, Miss Molly. There you go. So, 23, and then 18 for Deus, and then you rolled what?
I rolled a 6, but you know what? I'm not going to use my inspiration because I feel like this is how it would play out in the first place.
Right. In that case, okay. I am going to roll Deus's charisma save. Boy, oh boy. He's got a +7. Should be good. Deus has to beat a 15. He just has to roll an 8. Y'all see that?
Yep.
Okay. Deus has rolled a 12 on his charisma save. So, Deus comes running up. And you notice, Keksi, like this is a storm you're in, right? It's not like there's no lightning and thunder or anything like that. It is just rain and wind. And you see this wind kick up and this cyclone around Deus. And oddly enough, you see like leaves get caught up in there, but you don't see really shit for trees out here.
Yeah,
You're in
we're
an open
flat
plains.
land.
Imagine Iceland, right? Or
Greenland.
Greenland.
No, Greenland's a cold
No,
one.
Iceland. Iceland's the one that has all the greenery, but it's super, super flat, right? Like entirely too flat. Like that. But you see fucking tree leaves kick up, blinds and obscures Deus. And it's only momentary, and Deus is gone. And he looks at you and goes, "He will not make it back where he comes from."
Okay, hold on. I didn't know that he was an autumn. I didn't know he was aligned with them. He's been traveling in my party.
So, as you say that, you see him flourish his sword, reset it into its scabbard, or it's more like a ring that it sits on because the blade is too odd to have a scabbard. And as he does that, you see he steps forward towards you, and like that whole visage that he was just at just melts, or visage just melts away.
Yeah.
And he's back to the formal, sleek, tied back, clear eyes.
Prim,
Clear
proper,
eyes is awesome.
kind of.
And he looks to you and he goes, "I am Eurylian, battlemaster of the royal tulip armies of the Spring Court. For him to be in my presence is to declare war against my court." And he was dealt with extreme discomfort and a heightened sense of irritability.
I am at a loss of words. This is new information to me. Where is he?
Oh, he's back at the Feywild. He had a slight faint aroma of autumn. And as you know, they're the enemy now, so
100%.
had to send him back.
So he's back in. Why can't we interrogate him?
Oh, he'll likely be captured. I didn't say he was back in Autumn Eladrin territory. Most likely he is in the that liminal space in between, floating down the river between summer and autumn. One side will catch him, the other side won't. Likely summer. Tips like an invisible hat to you.
Nod.
And the autumn pig dog will be probably put to death, and he didn't smell too strongly of autumn, so
yeah, Keksi's just dumbfounded. I had quarrels with him previously, but it was not because of where he came from. It was because of how he acted towards other members in the party.
Right. And, these Autumn Eladrin, they like to portray themselves as the most tame of all of us, but they are the sneakiest ones. I also assume that he pretended to have some horrible disfigurement, right?
Actually, yes.
Well. Just like a brown. And he's super smug, right?
Yeah.
Like, this dude is super high and mighty.
Yeah.
Right now. But
I need you to catch me up on what's going on in the Fae. I need to know what's going on with the ceremony of custard. I've been
in due time. So, where shall we begin? First, I do believe I told you my name.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh. I thought I introduced myself in the beginning. I'm Keksi.
Well, Keksi. As I said, I'm Eurylian. And, hold on 1 second. You hear Xixis in the background? Beep. Alright. Huh. Well, Keksi, I've heard so much about you.
Not funny.
I thought it was hilarious, you fucking tin can. But here's the situation.
Insane deja vu moment. Sorry, go ahead. That's
Winter
insane.
and autumn have officially allied together by completing the ceremony of custard. Now, it was unofficial until several moon cycles ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it is similar to our germanium of armistice, the only difference being that when those two ally, well, even numbers. And as we all know,
that's not
even numbers mean war.
Mm-hmm.
So soon they'll declare an official alliance at the upcoming Charcuterie Brunch. You can roll me a history check if you want to know about the Charcuterie Brunch.
Sean Connery lunch.
It's Sean Connery.
I got a 6.
You rolled deception. That's why you just tried to lie to me and say you rolled a history.
Oh. Oh shit! Natural 20.
Oh shit! Okay.
-1 because I got a -1 on that bad. Uh-oh.
So, the Charcuterie Brunch is a hyper formal dining event where new proclamations are always made. It's kind of like Congress meetings, but that's the place where like laws are either made or ended or wars are declared. It's like this crazy dinner where they have like a super long table and literally like dozens of representatives from it's usually always Eladrin, right? Because they're elves. They're always high and mighty in everything that they do. But it's where they go to basically make sure that all of the land divvying stays the same and so on and so forth. It's something that has happened, like one of the few things in the Feywild that happens like clockwork.
Okay.
Because nothing happens like clockwork in the Feywild. And then he looks at you and he goes, from that point, it's just like a good old game of dragon chess. I hate saying dragon chess. Each army making moves until they inevitably collide. But you and I, we have to come up with tactics.
Yes. Are we doing that like right now, or is there a way that like am I
This
supposed to be
is
able to
the meeting.
contact you? Like can I is there like a button I can press to like get a hold of you?
We'll get to that point.
Okay.
From that point, it's a game of attrition.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever outlasts will take the prize.
Out of game, is there like if we're going to be discussing tactics, is there a map that I'm able to look at?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to give me a history check real quick?
Yeah. History. Oh, 14.
Okay. So, the prize, of course, that he speaks of is the prize that every single Fae in the Feywild knows about. It is the ruling city called Cendrien. The reason why it is always the same prize is because it is the former site of the last true ruling entity in the Feywild, like the Elf King. It has also been abandoned since time immemorial, right? As long as you or anybody else remembers, it's been completely empty, completely void of any life. And every time wars break out, it's usually somebody making a power play to take the city and thus rule the entirety of the Feywild.
Okay. Just like when and wrestling when they're trying to get the briefcase.
Yeah, it's a tables, ladders, and chairs match.
Yeah.
Where they have to climb the ladder to get the briefcase. That's the one. So, he says to you after, that whole deal, he says, it would be a shame for the warlord of the Sunflower Army of the Summer Court to be bested by such mundane and diminutive tactics. Perhaps this tome of traditional battle strategies might gleam an insight as to what your predecessor would have done, and you see him pull from beneath his tunic a book, and he hands it to you, and he's kind of like,
thank you.
I need you to roll me an insight.
Insight. Bing, bing, 21.
Okay. That has unlocked the ability to roll a history check.
Oh,
with advantage.
Okay, good. Should I hard roll it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
You get to roll it twice.
Bing, bing, bing.
Hell yeah. Dice.
I don't. The fucking dice tray went.
Oh, right here. I
Come
saw
on,
it.
roll popcorn. Tell me what you see.
All right. So she is going to roll the hard dice.
Oh, what good timing.
Or really bad timing.
Fail.
All right, she's rolling the 2 frosted sea glass dice.
Big money.
Oh, whoa.
No.
Oh, okay, roll with advantage. Roll twice. She's switching. The crit roll dice have never done me wrong. But you're not me.
14. No shit.
So 2 14s. Okay. And then what? 13. Okay, good. Beats it.
Twice you rolled the
So
same number twice.
here's the thing. The insight check and his smirk and his smugness. You're too busy trying to gain the information. It's been so long since you've been away from the Fae that certain Fae practices started to elude you until he handed the book out and smiled. Because him handing you a book is a gift. And in the Fae, one thing above all else, you never become indebted to somebody else. That is That is, do not forget that ever. That is the single most important rule of the Feywild is gifts mean that you're indebted to somebody. There are certain rules when it comes to host and guest and so on and so forth that always come in, and they're always really weird and fluid, but everything about the Fey is to try to one-up everybody else. Everybody. Especially your allies. They just do it with the guise of formalities and gestures and grandiose, thing. So when he goes to hand it to you, you immediately get a, don't touch that. And as you go to reach for it, you see his hand start to give.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice that if you would have touched it, his hand would have let go and it would have been yours, and he would have given you a gift that you accepted that would have made you in his debt. And he smiles and he goes, seems as though you haven't lost your touch. Perfect. Perfect. Well, luckily I have no need for this trash anymore. And he looks down at the book and he goes, maybe someone else will find some better use for it. And he kicks it away from where you guys are at. And he goes, the next time that you and I meet will have to be in the glade where the forest touches the sky.
Sorry, I'm writing this down. Oh, I'll be there.
All right. Well, hopefully your autumn friend can find his way back. You get it? Because he's blind? And you see this cyclone of leaves. The cyclone of leaves just... And he is outro.
Oh, I know. I should be so sad that Deus is gone, but the smell of him is just so what's the guy's name?
Who?
My spring.
Urillian. Urilliyan.
The smell.
Banena.
Yeah, just being in his presence definitely makes you kind of off guard, kind of a lot happier. Yeah, definitely.
Definitely a contact high. So for me, the fact that Deus is now missing, it doesn't seem to be as big of a problem as it probably should be. And Ellerin he's gone now, right?
Oh yeah, Urillian is out.
Urillian. Okay. I'm gonna go pick up that book. Before I reach down, I just look around.
Perception check at disadvantage.
Okay. Oh no, it's a natural one. I can't get any worse than that.
All right.
He's a tree.
Yeah. Nah, man. No one's around you. Coast is clear. He did leave that garbage. Yeah, you pick it up.
Okay.
And he goes, haha, I got you. No, I'm kidding. See him prance away and no, I'm kidding. So, what do you want to do?
I want to go, after I pick that up, I'm going to make sure it's safe with him. And
Okay.
I want to go over to where Deus disappeared.
Right. So, you go about to where you last remember seeing Deus. Are you searching the ground? So where you're at, right? It's not like a perfectly mowed lawn, right? What? Ricky?
What was that book called?
He didn't say.
Oh, okay.
A
book.
It's just a book.
The
Yeah.
Necronomicon.
I mean, you could probably call it a battle tactics or battle strategies or whatever. The
Predecessor book or
yeah,
something.
the art of war, whatever.
Same soul.
Yeah. But so you go and you're going towards where the last place that you saw Deus, as he's and then where the cyclone picked him up and made him outro. And give me an investigation check. It'll be at disadvantage because the rain and the wind. Fucking A. You got a natural 20 for a 19 total. And then, I should probably.
Dang.
And a 9. Okay. regardless, what I was saying is that like you're not in like a mowed lawn, right? The grass is not like short and uniform. Yeah, we're talking like the shit that it was outside before I did the first. Like it's, you know, like a 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall, like it's damn near wheat at this point, right? But you run out there and you're looking around and there is no hide nor hair of Deus.
Oh boy.
Right. What do you want to do? Ebo.
I take a deep breath, and my whole trek back to the campsite, I am trying to figure out how I'm going to explain this to the party.
Oh yeah. So you make your way back. It does take a little bit because I assume you're not like sprinting back. You're probably just like walking, hanging your head in defeat. Right. So you make your way back. Kaioken was what? I think he was building like the shit on the side. Xixis
getting an extra wall.
Yeah.
Wherever the wind is blowing to maybe get a little bit more dryness.
Right. Which you do successfully. As you're like sitting there doing
that after I kind of barked after Deus to like, don't let her go die by herself. You'd see whoever's outside, Kaioken would kind of give a little smile, like young love, and then head back inside to the into the tent and start like pulling out his mess kit and like heating up a pan, like all them young kids and their love, and then whatever you guys are doing.
Not quite sure that's love. Don't know what it is though.
It is definitely love. Me and my wife, we met under similar circumstances. She tried to kill me a couple times, and you know what? Won her over. You know, that's how some love works. You know, you fight and you try to rip their fucking head off, and then sometimes you give them a little smooch on accident, and then you both stop and you look back at each other. You go, "What was that?" And then you realize that was love on accident, but it happened. But it was love. So, what kind of? Hey, I got
sure that's right.
I mean, you don't know him. What's your name again?
Zeech.
Oh, Zeech. Let's handshake another time.
So you can figure it again later.
You never told me your name the first time there, buddy.
I told you my name earlier. Flourish.
Oh yeah, earlier. Yeah, you did. I forgot. So I did forget. Where's that bottle? Let's take a swig.
Zeech pulls up the bottle. You go first. I'll have seconds.
Kaioken will take like a half swig, but he's gonna blow some more on the fire.
Constitution save throw.
All right. Oh, now one.
Okay. So.
Now one. My first now one.
Well, Kaioken. So you already took like a swig, and then you took a second one before you passed the bottle over to Zinch last time. And you were great. It was described as being ever clear to the face.
Yep.
And this time, however, you kind of like hey, oh quick, hit, and then you do that, and it hits the back of your throat, and you cough.
That's when I blow it on the fire.
So
dragon breath.
When you do that, and it just shoots because it's basically gasoline. Shoots right back up your face, and you take like a point of fire damage.
Okay.
Was this? And it does send you into a bit of, you kind of scorch the inside of your mouth a little bit, so you're a little raspy as you're proceeding from this point.
Oh my god! Did you just see that? All right, your turn. You're next. You get it. That was amazing.
It's a Constitution save.
Are you taking a swig?
Yeah.
Con save, my man.
11.
So, you watched Kaioken make a face, keep it down, and then you watched him choke on it and spit it out this most recent time. So you're like, all right, he's just, he's a little sauced. You go to take it, and I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but it has happened to me. You down the swig and immediately throw it back up on the ground.
Yeah, I've been there.
Like you went, and then just like the saliva, your throat shortens up, and just right back down, right down you. That was, as far as you can tell, just pure poison. And there is
poison. That is.
Yep.
Piece
Yeah.
of shit.
Like,
I don't want to be
holy
friends. I
shit.
can fucking understand that. Fucking trying to poison me is a different thing already.
Well, we kind of found it in like this really old building, and there was like lots of dead things. Like, here, look at one of these. And I pull out one of the crab legs. Look at it. This is one of the legs. You hadn't seen the worst part. And I pull out the little deflated football.
so it looks like if you took a person's face, stretched it over a football, and then flattened it. So it's like a diamond shape, but it's just this like a big old tongue hanging out,
Blow really hard.
and the tongue kind of kicks up. Yeah. Yeah, he's just playing with a really fucking disgusting, it looks like a face. It looks like a human face.
What in the fuck is wrong
Yeah,
with you?
yeah,
People?
we killed a bunch of these things,
That is the correct response that Zinj would have.
So yeah, but we're not gonna eat these tonight. You want some tube meat? We got 20 pounds of other meat. I'm feeling more like some tube meat. Hey, did you know that's where all the strength is from the animal? Tube meat's my vote. What's your vote?
I think I'm just gonna go get some plants.
All right, tube meat it is. I start
Calamaring this tube meat.
All right.
What's wrong with you people?
So, yeah, go ahead and okay. Go ahead and make me a cooking. The first cooking check. Just as a point of note. All right. Just as a point of note, Kyle, you are the ration master, right? Huh?
Yes.
Right. So, if you would do me the honor of rolling me a D100 in D&D Beyond. Lows are better. Okay.
Oh, those are better.
So, you, the tube meats. That's the troll dick, right?
Yep.
All right. Are you cooking it on Grandma's nightstand?
I am cooking it in. Oh, god damn it!
There it is.
It's got me. In the pan, which is in my mess kit.
Right. So, you're sautéing it up, making it smell. It smells fucking amazing, by the way. Who'd have thought? Just like a little bit of spit on the fucking pan, searing some meat. Everybody knows that seared meat is awesome, right?
Yes.
You do that. You do it really quick. It comes up. It doesn't look like super charred or anything like that. It's not like medium or rare or anything.
Right.
It's not like that. You cook it all the way through, but it still looks as if it's maintained some juice.
So if Zinch is still did Zinch leave the tent to go walk around in the rain at night?
Did he?
Yeah, no, Zinch is going outside. If he, I feel like if he doesn't, he's gonna puke more.
Is anyone else in the makeshift area?
Xixis would be.
All right, see, Xixis, you see, if you cook it slow at first, it renders out all of its juices. See all that white stuff coming out? Yeah, that's the good juices. And then, you start cooking it hotter and hotter and hotter. That's when you get the sear. And that's when you get these tasty little, it's so chewy, but, it's good.
Did you eat it?
Yeah. Yes.
You die. No, I'm kidding. No.
I grow an extra head.
So, actually,
I'm good, Kaioken.
I would make a note of this somewhere.
Okay.
For the next 8 hours,
Okay.
This one time, for basically, you cook this one meal. This only lasts for this one meal, and this one meal, like, you can't hold this and carry the benefits over.
Mm-hmm.
This one meal that you have for 8 hours, you have 3 attacks per action
Oh shit!
as you get its multi-attack ability.
I told you the strength was in the fucking tube meat. I'm eating every fucking penis I kill, boys.
So there's that.
Kaioken, professional dick
Kaioken
jumper.
eats it, and like,
Jumper, yeah.
like the thing about it is that, like, as you're eating this, you're like, ooh, wait a minute, I feel more primal, right? You feel more like, oh, so there's in real life, right? IRL, the brain has limiters to its potential, right? Your brain stops you from being at your full potential all the time because it stops you from damaging yourself and hurting yourself. If you turn that off, you are able to increase your own physical abilities in real life. That is a proven scientific fact, that if you
Fucking
turn off those certain
dad's
amino acids, yeah, basically, right? This is the equivalent of going into beast mode. And this, you eating this, puts you into that sort of like primal state, a slightly more where you're just like, oh, okay, I know I can be faster. You're already as strong as you can get, but you know you can be faster, and that's going to translate to more attacks. Not so much having
That's
more
fucking sweet.
arms, but yeah, you have 3 attacks per action for the next 8 hours.
Marshawn Lynch.
I was just about to say it tastes like Skittles.
Yeah, I'm only here
Stupid
so I don't get
rainbows.
fined.
I'm only here because I forgot about that. God, he was the best.
So we're gonna cut away from that. Actually, Xixis, you're watching this all happen. You watch him pull out a troll penis. Do you have any?
Is that a troll dick?
I mean,
As your
It is.
master walks around the back of him and goes, "Oh yes, it is Xixis. It's quite disgusting. Why would you ever bother walking around with such a brute? He eats the penis of the trolls. Disgusting. You should subjugate him. He would be really good as a pack mule. I see you're sleeping underneath a wagon. So things are going good for us. That's great. So if you could just get back to like the lab, that would be the best. Because holy shit, you're living like a homeless person. And I can't for the life of me understand why. Then you don't have to."
You know, I've heard rumors of this
Nah,
man who
just-
once fucked a dragon's
Hold
head
on.
and decapitated.
Shake my head and just kind of like ignore him.
He's just. Hmm.
I'm like, oh, you're really going at that thing, aren't you?
right. And as I eat more, I eat it 3 times faster.
Yeah, he just becomes completely insatiable. He's like, look at
Do I
him.
notice any like physical change?
Oh yeah,
You- Yeah, you
get
would
my pupils,
definitely.
like, dilate like all the way.
Yeah, you would definitely notice, like, just naturally, like, Kaioken's already like a pretty massive guy, right? When he sits down to eat anything, every muscle is accounted for in his arms and his sides and his dad gut and everything that he's got going on. And you notice, like, it almost looks as if he, like, briefly to you, it looks like he like loses body fat percentage. He becomes like super leaned out, but like, you know, lean gains, right? He becomes incredibly detailed in his like in his muscular striations. You see him like, you can't tell because he's eating so fast that it you swear to God it looks like his teeth sharpen ever so slightly as his hands become slightly more blurred as he's just like he's like doing the Goku, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's putting plates away.
Like Ultra Instinct.
Yeah. Maybe not quite Ultra Instinct,
Well,
but
I mean, like,
definitely
how he
anytime Goku goes to the
smaller,
noodle house.
Right?
Like, yeah, kind of, right? Like again, you're like generally Kaioken's like power lifter body, right? Like like strongman body with slight more definition. This time he's more like Ronnie Coleman at his height.
Jesus,
all of a
I'm
sudden
massive.
just fucking all of a sudden just like super shred. Lightweight baby. Lightweight.
I like how the last 5 minutes has been explaining how Dan's been turning into a vascular dick himself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got that
I got a big fucking dorsal vein.
he's got that he's got that dick skin going on. He's got that supreme dick skin.
It slowly starts to fold up over his neck, and
he just gets foreskin. Yeah.
So as I see him, and I'm just like, I'm kind of like intrigued, not to the point where I want to like, hey, give me some of that, but I like reach into my bag of holding, and I'm like, would you mind trying some of this? And I pull out some of the unknown salted meat, since he's gorging himself,
Right.
and we don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know how much of the dick I've eaten so far, but
I mean, it sounds like you ate the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, give me that.
Like this, you're not exactly eating like a tenderloin. You know what I mean? It's a dick. It can't be. You know, it's
okay. So if we're gonna go into the size of the creature,
right. Yeah. Let's fuck it. Let's do it. It wasn't just a troll. It was a dire troll dick.
dire troll. So it was
Right.
a massive creature,
Mm-hmm.
15
It
feet
was a fucking
area.
Right. Sure.
So it's got to be at least 3 feet long.
It has to be 1/5 of his height. Is your dick 1/5 of your height?
You know, matter of fact, it's not. But there are some people that are.
Right. Right. And there's
No,
also
it's
some
a
people where
third
it's more
my
like
height.
1/64 of their height. All I'm saying is you can't
Alright.
base it. You can't judge
You
it
make all
based
the
off of their
rules. You
height.
tell me how big the dick was. How much did I eat of it?
Bro, like an 8-inch fucking tube meat is more than enough, my guy.
Oh, I should have.
That poor troll.
Yeah, that poor troll.
That's why he was
Yeah.
living
Why do you
alone.
think he was so pissed? He subjugated an entire
Alright,
army
that
of
makes
fucking
sense now.
gnolls,
Alright,
man.
I ate
You
the whole
will
dick
watch the
myself.
They're not-
episode of South Park. you
They're
will
not
have
nice.
those.
Anyways,
Sorry, everyone.
so
Okay, yeah, I'll
you gonna
want me
cook
to-
up some mystery
you-
salt?
Yeah, I'll cook it. I'm pretty full, you know.
All right. Make me
Small
another.
mighty. It kind of maybe he was a grower, not a shower. You know, I don't know.
Right.
It's
Start
a little
cooking.
cold in here.
Yeah.
I
I
understand.
like, yeah. Kaioken starts going, yeah, it's awfully cold in here. All right. So,
Out of the well.
so
Remember, 8 inches soft. There's
yeah.
no blood in that thing.
No, you cooked it all out.
So,
Shriveled up to 8 inches of tough tube meat. All right. Anyways, so you want to make another cooking roll? Go for
Oh,
it.
yeah, I'll cook it. Ooh. Wait,
All
can
right.
I first at least smell, like look at the grain structure, maybe find anything from that? I'm still gonna cook it regardless, so we'll still take that. But
Wait, what? The grain?
yeah, like
Texture, the
Yeah. No, I
smell.
get.
so-
Yeah.
so
Come.
if you're looking
I know exactly what you're talking about. You're trying to differentiate.
yeah. So like if it's white, it might be pork, or it
Right.
might be chicken.
My
If it's
Right.
red,
freaking
it's
Yeah.
not.
No, I 100%. I already. Yep.
Got it.
It ain't no fucking meat you ever seen.
That's probably why I'm not cooking it so good. I've never done it before.
Want to take a bite?
Am I
Or,
feeling pretty full, or
I mean, you tell me, man. I'm giving you an
I'm
out.
gonna eat some more? I eat it.
Right. So, what you didn't do was you didn't have the guy identify it.
No.
And now you are
My
chaotic
fault.
evil. You're a cannibal. No, I'm kidding. No, you eat it. Tastes kind of gamey. Like it definitely has like a stank taste to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like goat meat that you don't cook right.
fucking stank.
And it's incredibly salty.
It's quite bad. I prefer more of the tube meat, to be honest, but that's my preference.
But that's my preference. Hey, it's me, Kaioken. Now we're all doing this.
Well, are you gonna eat it? You want some? Or you want to put it in your stomach vessel. I don't know. I've never seen you eat. You hungry?
No, this is all for you guys.
Oh, well, thank you for carrying that. So that bag, right? You've got magic. That's a bag of holding. I used to have a few, right? Like you put a bunch of stuff in there, and it just keeps gobbling it up.
Yeah, I'm surprised you know.
Well, I kind of like look around, like I'm a lot older than you think I look that I am, because I'm really old.
Right. Did Xixis want to do anything? Because this is now very quickly turning into the Kaioken show.
If you don't stop me, I will keep.
No,
I was asking. Yeah.
This okay. So
I'm getting
so
there.
side note. Now everybody knows you can't have Ricky and Dan because it's an echo chamber. It'll just keep going. But did Xixis want to do anything?
Show, brought to you by Budweiser, featuring special guests Keksi, Xixis, and Deus.
Jimmy Dean tube meat.
Oh my God! Please, for the love of God, Ricky. If you don't do anything, then we have to cut back to Deus. And I don't think you guys want to know what's going to happen to Deus.
Well, I was trying to role play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So I would just
You're there.
look at him and like tell him, well, since I left my lab, I've noticed how hostile people get about magic, and well, this is a very magical item, but I can create these.
Whoa. In my day, only wizards could do that sort of thing. I actually never seen it done, but there's people that could do it, but it was really hard to do it. So you just kind of had to find them, but they were everywhere. You could find them pretty easy, but they're really expensive. You should keep a wraps on that. Can you definitely hide it? Don't pull something big out of it when we, when you sell something or something, because it might be bad. It might be really bad. Just so
hey, that's what his character would do.
Because I've had quite an adjustment to this day and age. It was a lot better back in my time.
Yeah,
You seem kind of like troll off and kind of deflate a little bit, and that's what you see.
Yeah, that's why I haven't really shown anybody what I can do, but I saw, even being part of the Black Veil, you were still on our side.
Yeah,
So I know I can trust you.
I don't think I like those assholes, but they got my family. I'm kind of just doing what I think I can, if that makes any sense. I just want my family back. I don't care how I do it, but I'm trying to figure out how I can eat my tube meat and eat the cake too. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
Well, that I'm sorry for your family, but I'm glad that the tube meat is giving you some sort of I don't know. I'm lost for words. I'm glad that the tube meat is helping in some.
In all things, the
way.
tube meat brings comfort.
I'll remember that if I find any more tube meat, I'll make sure and hold it for you.
Oh, good.
But I think
The troll ones, those are the best ones.
we should, as soon as you finish up taking all 13 inches, we should look for the rest of our party.
No, they're off kissing or smooching or touching butts or something. I bet you, because that's how I met my wife. Let me tell you a story. How I met my wife is she attacked
Oh my
me.
God! So we're gonna go ahead and cut. We're gonna go ahead and cut away. Please, for the love of God, we have to cut away.
As I pull out, and my left hand transforms into a notepad, and my finger ejects.
Oh
like,
my
little
God.
pen, and I'm like,
All right. So we're gonna go ahead and cut over to Deus. Man, you got some bad luck going on here, buddy. Gotta say. Last thing that Deus was doing, he was chasing after Keksi. He saw Keksi meet with somebody briefly. The man drew his sword, pointed it towards him, and then Deus failed to make a save and was swept up in a cyclone. So, Deus,
He went back to the moon.
you find yourself falling. You kind of like, in an instant, you've got the wind blowing towards your face, and then there is and you've got the wind blowing on your back. And you look around and you notice that you are descending quite rapidly. As you make your way, like you kind of do the dog thing of turning around, you see water is approaching, and it's approaching fast. You hit the water, and you are going to take some fall damage. You are going to take...
I did an aerodynamic tuck. That helps.
Yes, of course. Thank you for telling me.
He has some tube stake that he's going to position under him and go into a dynamic.
Oh, one sec. My page is reloading. Thank you very much.
What is happening with the music? I'm getting so stressed out.
What? Oh, is it super loud?
No, it's doing like all of the music. It's like...
How about that one?
It's like,
how about that one?
It's like 3 different music.
Is that better? Is that better?
I can't
Like
even tell. Where
tense.
is it?
Jesus Christ! It's
It would be on roll 20. Your roll 20 is muted.
This is Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, it's Jesus born. All right, let's go ahead and end this. So, you do the aerodynamic tuck. I'm just gonna roll the damage in roll 20 because I hate having to go into my spare pair of underwear.
Doesn't. That's okay.
I stopped it.
Oh.
You take 2d6 falling damage. You take 9 points of falling damage
That's not bad.
as you hit the water. This water is really odd. On one hand, you feel this super warm undercurrent, and you feel an incredibly cold, like the top of the water, ice cold. The bottom of the water, as you splash down a few feet, fucking warm as shit. You're submerged underwater. What do you want to do?
Sheathe my sword and try to swim to the top.
Right. So you swim to the top. Make me an athletics check as you go to crest up in your chainmail, which is heavy. A heavy bertation tonight. All right, cool. Yeah, so you crest up the top of the water. And as you look, have you ever been to the Columbia?
No.
So the Columbia River is the river that runs along the bottom of the state of Washington, right?
Oh. Okay.
So it's super wide. And it's really, really deep. And generally, you can tell it's moving, but it's like, it's, that whole still waters run deep. You can tell that there's motion to it, but you never quite know how powerful the current actually is.
You said Washington, right?
Yeah, Washington State. The Columbia River is at the bottom of it. It's literally the border between Oregon and Washington.
Oh, okay.
So, super wide.
Very pretty.
Yes, incredibly. So you're in this water that is like cartoonishly blue, like the most vibrant blue you've ever seen. And you are essentially right now, you're floating down this river is going, well, you're floating with river. On your right hand side, you see this massive cliff that goes up about 20 feet. And then on the right hand side, these are hundreds of feet apart from each other. You see this other cliff going up. So you're basically running through this sort of like kind of like a cliff valley, if you will. The river snakes between these two cliffs, and you are floating down it. What would you like to do?
So I'm just going down the river right now. How bad is the turbulence?
It's not white rapids, but it is pulling you very easily.
He's gonna try to go for one of the sides.
Left or right?
Right.
All right. So give me one more athletics check as you begin to pump your legs and try to swim as hard to the right as you can. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Easy money, my guy. So you see, you're looking around and you start just fucking heading to the right. You get relatively far. You're pretty close. You're probably about, I don't know if I were to guess, probably about 50, 60 feet off of the cliffside. From the side that you didn't go to, you see sparks of light as you're kind of like, you're doing the breaststroke, right? So you look back as you're doing this and you notice these dots along the opposite ridge, and you see sparks of light, greens, blues, purples, everything start coming towards you. And they start impacting with the water all around you. Not quite like crazy close, but they look like they're getting closer as they're trying.
I wanna, as I'm going, put my shield arm over my head.
So you're gonna gimp yourself and start like doing a one-handed paddle. All right.
Yeah.
To try to stop.
Well, in case like it hits me.
Right.
Like, defend my head.
Yeah. Of course. In my back. Anyway, so you start going, and sure shit, as you do that, these blasts start hitting you, and it's things like firebolt, right? These are like cantrip level fucking spells that just they hit your shield, and they ping, they blast off you. Starting to hear like rocks and shit start like ping ping clack clack as they start like they're zeroing in on you as you're making your way up there. Eventually you get to a point where you feel like you've got your shield, you kind of look back and you're able to actually grab onto a what is that called? A rock that's like lodged in the cliffside. It almost creates like this little like pool where the river current has to like come up and make kind of like a circle. So there is a bit of a calm space where you're at. And these things are just beating down on you. Make me a perception check. All right. Let me see here. Okay, so you. Oh yeah, that's gonna happen. Right. So, you notice an inlet in this river. Farther down from where you're at, probably about a good like 20 or so feet. You will have to swim back out into the river current to be able to get to it, and you're taking a barrage the entire time. What's your AC again?
18.
18. Do me a favor, roll me a d20. Okay. All right. So, as you are swimming, you're taking these pelts, right? And it is just a constant. There is never a break of this barrage, and you can very, very, very faintly hear yelling. You can't make it out, but you can hear just the sound of this rushing river is like overbearingly loud, and also you're just trying to survive. And you make it into the inlet. In the inlet, it actually kind of looks like the stereotypical like bad guy boat launch. Where it's like a cavern, and then they like have like etched out cavern like walkways that where you would like kind of like set a boat. Does that make like
hidden base kind of thing?
Kind of, yeah. Like inside of this cavern area. You have the ability in here. You're like the blasts are still coming in, but because you're in this cavern, the cavern goes back probably a good like I don't know, like 80 feet right in. And the cavern itself probably goes up about 30 feet total. So you still have a really good vantage point from these people that are roughly about 200 to 300 feet away from you on the other side of this cliff. So they're 2 or 3 feet, 100 feet away from you, and they're about 60 to 70 feet up. They're a long ways away. But they're just taking like just pot shots just to see if they can hit something. Kind of like what we used to do in PUBG. Did you want to climb yourself up onto one of these ledges?
As I start climbing, I'd first like, can I see them?
You can see like.
And are they casting magic at me, or are they throwing just stuff at me?
Well, as far as you can tell, they're either throwing literal fire at you, in some instances, or they're casting magic. You see them as kind of like darker points along the top of this ridge line, along the top of this cliff, and then just like as if, but like it doesn't. It's not so close to you right now that it's going to be any like hitting you, but it does look like they're getting closer. You know what I mean? How you take those snipers take those shots to kind of sight in a little bit. They're doing that to get their targets. So give me another perception check at disadvantage because you are still exhausted by that 1 point of exhaustion.
I didn't mean to do that. Although I would have liked to keep that one.
3 and a 19. Oof. Big oof in chat, boys. That's what I see, right? I see 3 perception checks.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do the third one.
Oh, okay. A 7 and a 4? Weird. Dude, fucking D&D Beyond's activity log is so bizarre. How bizarre? How bizarre. Anyway, so, okay, so yeah, so what you see is, you see the ledge that you're on. There's 2 of these walkways, right? Against either wall of this cavern. If this cavern makes a half dome, these things meet right where the rock meets the water. They're carved out of stone, like they were carved out of this cave. They do look flat, so they were obviously worked. This isn't like a naturally occurring thing. And they both go back. There are stone stairs towards the back of the cavern where they both meet, and then you see a doorway that goes up and out.
Okay. So yeah, as I'm doing that, he's kind of like, I'm guessing this whole experience is like, what the fuck is going on? Like bad fever dream kind of thing.
Well, what he does know is that he was chasing Keksi and then all of a sudden was swept up in a cyclone. So I don't. You tell me what he believes. Yeah. What the fuck is going on?
Is this real?
Yeah. That's a very good question.
He's going to say my destiny, like kind of whisper it in Celestial.
Okay.
As he casts heroism on himself as he's climbing.
All right. What does heroism do again?
Basically, it's a healing dot for a minute. Every 6 seconds, I heal 4 HP, and it stacks. Oh, let's post it. Oh, let's post it. You see it?
Give me one sec.
So if you look at it, yeah, like I'm into fighting, yeah, but basically every round, so every 6 seconds, I just get 4 HP, and it stacks and stacks for a minute, and then after that minute, it all goes away.
Okay. 1 sec here. There's no time.
So it basically just
Temporary
gives you,
points.
yeah, it just gives you temporary hit points until
Yeah.
until it dissipates, and then you're back down to, unless you've taken like a high level of damage or something. Okay.
If I still have temp HP after that minute, then
It's
yeah,
gone.
it would just disappear.
One sec, because
That's cool.
Deus is about to be really, really, really big. On my screen.
I don't think it enlarges me. Yeah, it doesn't enlarge me.
No. I mean, you're about to be really big on my screen.
Oh.
He's putting your token up
I'm
since
putting
you're
your just because I want to make sure. And this. Somehow I knew that was going to be the first thing. Meh. There you go. Because I believe I got that right. You said that you now have a bandana around your eyes, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So there is that. Thick. So, you cast heroism on yourself, and you proceed to walk up the stairs.
I don't see where
Yeah, I mean,
heals him.
he's going as fast as he can.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a D100 first. Lows are better.
Oh.
All right. So-
at my end, it looked like I had a point 0.06.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, that I get what you mean there. So,
because the dice rolled on my screen, I was like,
yeah. All right. Therefore, ergo vis-a-vis, you begin to make your way up these stairs. So these stairs, there's no light. Do you have dark vision?
technically, yes.
All right, good. So, wait, technically, or do you have dark vision? Oh, no,
I'm blind.
you have blind sight. Gotcha.
He always has dark vision.
Yeah, true. So, as you are walking up these stairs, they seem to go on an incredibly long time. You're walking like 2 flights. So they go up about 10 steps, and then there's a landing, up about 10 steps, there's a landing, 10 steps, and it's a really tight stairwell that you are traveling up. Yeah.
Just to be clear, because
Yeah.
of what he just said, as my race has 60 feet dark vision, like it's dark vision.
Right. So then yes, you do have dark vision.
Yeah, but
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm just clearing that up.
But yeah, the blindness is all flavor. So you have 60 feet of dark vision. Right. So you're making your way uptown, and it begins to really wear you down a bit. Go ahead and make me an athletics check at disadvantage because you do have 1 level of exhaustion toward favor.
Pretty close together.
Yeah, even at your worst, you're still doing great. So you make your way up, and eventually you find yourself coming up. There's literally the stairwell just comes up to the ground. Before you poke your head out, is there anything that you wanted to do?
I guess just kind of do that kind of shell shock, like close my eyes and just hear my breath. And as the sound comes back, keep going.
Okay, sick. So, as you pop up to the top of the staircase, make me a perception check. Again, a disadvantage because you're exhausted.
Perception.
Yep, at disadvantage because you're exhausted.
Whoa,
Nice.
shit, dude. Fuck
Nice.
yeah, man.
So as you come up these stairs, the first thing that you notice is that there's an awful lot of orange and brown and yellow. As you come up, you ever notice how maple trees, remember when we used to live at the house in Everett, the maple trees, when they would fall, they would just literally cover the entire sidewalk and yard and everything, to the point where you literally could not see anything for the entire stretch of our road. It was all just brown maple leaves in the fall time. You are walking on essentially a giant leaf pile of fall time leaves. As you come up, you see there are these massive sprawling trees with these twists and turns, and their branches that come out super wide, like wider than the tree is tall in some cases, and all of them have like just a few sparse leaves that are hanging off, and they're constantly just falling and falling, and like they never run out of leaves that are falling. There's a crisp breeze in the air that kind of like swirls to the right of you, like hits you from the right side of your face, and it smells like moist dirt. You know what I mean? It smells really refreshing, as it just sort of like it smells like a fresh breath, right? And as you're looking around, there is still sun. It seems the sun doesn't seem so hot. It seems like a 50 or 55 degree day. You know what I mean? Like temperate. But all around you, you're standing at the top of the staircase, and all around you, all you're seeing is this sort of autumnal area. Which way do you want to go? To your right, to your front, to your left, or to your back?
I want to go in those leaves, like straight up.
I mean, you're in them. You're standing on top of a massive...
Straight.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. So you are going straight. If you're coming up, then you are going... All right. Now, you begin to travel for time. You have no idea how long you're wandering for.
Can you say something?
If you want to say something out loud, sure.
Is this what it is? Is this untethered? That's all. As he's kind of free running.
I was gonna. It doesn't. Yes. So, as you begin free running, and you're wondering this to yourself out loud, roll me 2d6. Okay. So, you begin running. And running. And running. And the sun is always in the same spot. Not quite afternoon, not quite evening. Somewhere in between, always in the late afternoon. Eventually, you start to see structure just on the horizon. As you're running through this forest, there's no mountains. Well, actually, there is one mountain. Give me 1 sec here. I'm going to pull everybody to one spot. Hip, hip, map. As you all don't see all of this, but you do see this. Right here.
Mithrandane?
Yep. So, you see, just to give you a little bit of understanding.
Am I in like an open plain of leaves, or are there trees all around me as well?
There's trees all around you. But the trees are all sparsely leafed. There's not really a whole lot of space where there's like an open field.
Can I do something when I see this?
Hold on 1 sec. So, to your behind you see a mountain. It's neither snowy.
1 sec.
Okay.
And that's when he dies. All of a sudden, a beholder comes out.
Eye raise and eats him and shit. So we're actually going to take a second as he sees this massive structure start to crest over the horizon line, way off in the distance. We're going to go ahead and cut back. Hey, Zinch.
I'm back.
Okay, we'll come right back to you. Zinch.
What up, baby?
You watched one of the most disgusting displays of eatery and drinking, and then you were poisoned.
Bang.
And you decided that you wanted to take a breather. So you step outside and you are drenched instantly. Whatever dryness you started having, dude, this fucking rain ain't letting up, man.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
At the moment, Zinch is just trying to clear his head of what he saw. And since he's not far from the tent, he's still hearing it in the background. Like it's muffled now because the rain is so heavy. But it just sounds like a guy slurping down a giant cock.
And it's impressive because I cut it into like calamari pieces too.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
I have my mouth full.
Yeah.
Super impressive.
But yeah,
He's over here playing Fuzzy Bunny.
He's
All
just
right.
standing outside, looking anywhere, but at their little encampment.
Right. All right. Well, in that case, we'll cut right back to inside. What are you guys doing inside of that fucking that lean-to that you got?
I can either give you the drawn out explanation of the story that I'm telling him, or I can give the cliff notes.
Please do.
Just give me the cliff notes.
I moved into a mountain, and that an embassy of elves that lived in the neighboring forest came over and visited me. There was a miscommunication because we didn't speak the same language. Via I was defending my land. I didn't pause long enough to really talk about things, and went into an altercation. Didn't kill any of them, but I did like wound them.
Right.
And the fight kind of like ended at a standstill, and then I retreated. At a later point, they sent in a like subdivision of like smaller people to sneak in, but it didn't work, and I had the drop on them. I could have killed them, and I didn't. And that's when I met Rose, my wife, and that's the analogy I was trying to explain with like wanting to kill someone, wanting to like because Deus and Keksi had that moment of like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, and I'm like, oh, this is love blossoming. This is how I saw it, you know. And so that the analogy that I work through roughly with my dick meat mouth, that is what I say to him.
Beautiful.
Yep. Worked for me. Must have.
Yeah.
Must be true love for them.
Well, I hope you learned something, Xixi. When right at that time, Keksi approaches the tent or the lean-to.
Hey, everybody.
You would see like a flash of like big black dilated pupil eyes, and then a flash of like light reflection from Kaioken. Hey.
Oh my god. Keksi appears very
You look wet.
yeah.
Moist.
The effects of the spring Eladrin would just about be wearing off.
Okay, so I it appears, and then I just kind of shake it off. And so I have to update you guys on some information. Are you okay, Kaioken?
I look over to Keksi.
No.
Keksi, I mean to Xixi, and like, oh, she's gonna say she's pregnant. Watch it happen. Watch it. Okay, what? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good.
Okay.
You hungry?
Okay, you can be like, I'm surprised you're not pregnant.
No, I'm not hungry, but it's very important that I talk to everybody.
Let me guess, it's about Deus. Oh yeah, I kind of like shoulder nudge Xixi. Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It's not great. I imagine it could be worse, but
I told you, yeah, I'll get you another
I'm
one.
pregnant.
no. Deus is gone.
Deus is pregnant.
No, he's
what?
gone.
Wait,
Oh, where'd he go?
He's a sad mopey bloke, right?
Yeah, he's the mopey one.
Got it.
Where'd he go? Let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah. Did you just walk off on a temper tantrum?
No. He was sent back to the Fae realm.
Well, how do we get there?
You know what? I've been trying to figure that out for a while now, and I'm just kind of wondering, why they didn't send me back to the Fae, and that I'm still here, and Deus gets to go back, and I just don't get it. I don't get it. I have all these new responsibilities now. I was going to update you guys on what had happened when you were in the Troll's Lair, but things were happening so fast, and we were looking at stuff, and then we left, and then it started raining and getting really icky out, and there just wasn't really a good time to tell you guys what I was doing. So maybe I should start there. So I got contacted by a friend of mine that I haven't seen I don't even really know how long it's been, because I don't even know how long I've been here. But
For you, it's been somewhere between 2 and 3 months.
2 and 3 months.
But for them, who knows?
Time is so different. Anyways. So I was contacted by this friend. Basically been given a bunch of information regarding the state of how the Fae is right now. You got summer, spring, autumn, winter. It's you wouldn't quite understand, so I'm just gonna just boil it down for you. Summer and spring on one side, and now it seems that winter and autumn are on the other, and we don't get along. Okay, it's not good. Also, my leading general.
What, your counterpart?
No. The guy that went missing.
Oh, your predecessor.
Yeah.
His official title is the Warlord of the Sunflower Army of the Summer Court.
Yeah, they wouldn't understand any of this because it's Fae. They don't. You can understand ranking, but everything else is gibberish. You guys didn't even notice that I have this new pin that's a sunflower. This basically shows my ranking now within the Sunflower Army. So I'm pretty important there now. Oberon even talked to me and was very serious. Then I was told that I had to go meet my counterpart with Spring, and that's when Deus followed me, unfortunately, and it turns out that Deus has some sort of ties to autumn, which is not good. Spring and summer don't really care for autumn and winter, and now autumn and winter are on the same side, and that's even numbers, which is bad because war's gonna happen, and then everyone's gonna try and go for the prize. You don't really know what the prize is, but it's a city that it's super duper important. Anyways, my counterpart, Spring Contact, he basically just kind of banished Deus, and there was nothing that I could do about it at that time. So I don't know how to get him back, and it's not my fault.
Load of fucking unknown. Possible way that he could get back on his own, maybe.
You know what? I don't know, because again, I've been trying to get back for a while now, and I just can't fucking seem to find a way.
And with that, let me cut back to Deus. Deus, you see the structure start to come up over the horizon line as you're running. Are you just going to keep running towards it?
So as he's running towards it,
Right.
He's going to, on one of those trees you said that he can see,
Right.
he's going to kind of slow down and twist around so that his back would hit the tree.
Right.
And use that as kind of a way to stop his momentum.
Oh, yeah.
And just kind of slide down the tree, just and kind of look over his shoulder at the into the distance,
Oh yeah, towards the this
As
palatial
this-
structure.
as seemingly this shadow of this tree protects him from eyes.
All right,
You know what I mean?
Maybe.
which is funny you say that, because as soon as you stop moving and you are taking a breather, you hear,
Hey, what are you doing?
Resting.
Could you, I don't know, maybe not rest on me?
and you look up and you see this tree is just leaning over, looking right at you.
Hey,
How about we make a deal?
I mean, I got a patch of missing bark that I would love to replace with your skin.
Not that deal.
Hey, bub, that's the deal. That's the deal I got. So, you don't see me.
I'm walking.
You don't see me leaning up on you for support. You look lost. That's all I'm saying. And you can be lost all you want, just not on me.
Well, he'll get up.
What's your name?
Where am I?
Seriously? You seriously asking me this question?
Go ahead and make me a history check. With advantage. I mean, you do have a history with. Hope you do better on that other one. There you go. Yeah, you know where you're at. You've passed through this area, right? You're not like, you don't know this place is like the back of your hand.
He more meant this. So this is real.
This is real?
It's not an illusion.
Okay. Here's how you can tell. You ready?
I believe it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna offer you some free help, but all right.
I don't need missing skin to prove something's real.
Well, I mean, it is a good way to know. You lost though? You look
No.
really lost.
Give me a deception check at disadvantage. Yeah, someone's burning some wood out there. Baby.
Hey.
Yeah, same. All right, a 7. Sure. Why not? He goes,
I mean, you were running with someone who knew where they had to be, but now you're definitely lost. Could I help you with anything?
You wouldn't happen to know where a portal is back to the
Prime material?
prime material.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know where those are at. I'm a tree. I've been here literally since the beginning. I know where all the portals are at least on, this, my part of this plane.
Do you have any deals with the Silver Templars?
I mean, I'm not offering discounts or anything if that's what you're asking. There's no show me your card, you get 15. There's nothing like that. Nuh-uh. But I would be willing to make a deal for some information that you need.
and you see this tree is 2.5 feet diameter, but the way that it moves, you can understand its body movement inflection as it moves almost with this unnatural rubber of like a human body. But it is a tree. Paper made from trees? Read back the minutes. But
this is the wrong side.
yeah. But he does look at you and he goes, I'm always willing to make a deal if you want to know where the portal is currently.
I don't make deals with the denizens of this realm.
Well, bub, I hate to break it to you, but you're gonna have to deal eventually, especially with news getting out that you don't know where the portals are, and you're gonna need help to find them.
He's gonna pull out his silver Templar pendant,
Right.
and see if it's doing anything.
It's a pendant.
He looks at it.
Oh, were you expecting that to be like a compass to tell you where the nearest gate was?
He just kind of
Yeah.
trying to ignore the tree.
Yeah, you see, the thing about that is that the boys that you roll with, they're the ones who have the magic from innate. Like, it's within them. It really ain't got anything to do with your order.
So you do know my order.
Oh. All right, I'll give you that one for free. Yeah, everybody knows the Silver Templars. You guys try to use this place like your own fucking highway. It's amazing that you haven't been caught and killed yet. But looks like I got one right here.
And you see him go, ah, and this loud, like, ah, siren of him going, ah, as he starts yelling, we got an enemy.
Yeah, he's gonna take off.
As you're running away, he's like, I'm just playing. Where you going? Come back. It'll be okay.
He's gone.
All right. The last thing you hear, you're never gonna get out.
Offer him cigarettes.
I mean, it probably would have helped. Anyways, so where you running to? You want to run towards the city, towards the volcano, to the
kind of
back?
surface screen. Like if the city's over here, he's here. He's gonna run like left.
Oh yeah. Wait, left? Okay.
Yeah. He's kinda
yeah.
Same distance from it, but he's gonna
Right.
try to find it so that tree can't see him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's trying
Dude,
to get
no,
away from that fucking tree.
no fucking problem. Man. Go ahead and roll me a D100. Yep. Now go ahead and roll me a 2d6. Fuck. What did that? So, you begin running and you're making your way. It's really hard to make me a survival check. At disadvantage because, of course, you're still exhausted. And it's really hard to figure out where the sun is, right? Because the sun's low. But does that mean that it's in the west?
Can I use any of my previous knowledge on or previous experience with portals to see if I can feel one out or see one or kind of guess where one might pop up?
You could give me an Arcana check or a Nature check, both of which at disadvantage.
They're both the same. It's okay.
Well, it'll give you a different net result. Arcana it is. Okay. And with that,
they're both -3.
Here's the thing, right? So magically, you know, guys that like would force open portals to these places, and then they would force open portals out.
Yeah.
They just kind of knew basically about where they would be, right? About where they would go out. It was never like an exact science. You're not like dropping in like stormtroopers and shit exactly where you need to be. But you're looking for a naturally occurring portal. And that, no fucking clue. So, what you do however, see is as you're walking or running, you get to a point where you're kind of like you're clearly away from that tree, right? And you do come what?
Knowing that I'm definitely this is real, and I'm in this realm.
Is it?
And that's what my guy thinks, at least.
I know. I'm just.
He's going to cast minor illusion on his head.
Okay.
And make himself look like his parents' village people. So look like an autumn.
An autumn elegant? Okay.
Yeah, for at least from the head up. Which the rest of his body skin isn't showing because of his armor. So
oh yeah.
Should be good in his mind.
Nice.
So
all right.
He's gonna flatten his skin out, change his hair color, ears elongate, like just in that illusion.
So question about that. Does that illusion change? Sound or an image within the blah blah blah. The illusion ends if you dismiss it. Create an image of an object such as a chair, muddy footprint, blah 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 blah. The image can't create sound, light, smell, or any other sensory effect. Physical interaction, because well, if a creature uses action to examine it, the creature can determine it's an illusion with a successful investigation check.
Recast it every minute.
Well, here's the question, right? Is
blank face with no, I can't like.
Does the mouth move, or is it just a static image of something, right?
I would say it's a static, right?
I'm assuming
just
so.
Because of the spell Silent Illusion.
Right.
The silent one always seems to point out that it can do that shit.
Right.
So this one not pointing out that it can. So
like
yeah,
minor illusion,
so
yeah.
Just gonna have like a picture of a face on his face.
Just sort of like a deep fake on your face. Perfect. Okay, so
as long as he doesn't talk, I guess.
Yeah. So you put on your best recreation of an autumn eldrin, and you begin just traveling in the direction that you're traveling, right?
Yeah.
So eventually you would come to this point right here. You find yourself approaching the beginning steps of a let me zoom in, of a bridge. This bridge is immaculate. It has this like similar to the grounds around you, this deep orange color, but it's also inlaid with like the super nice yellow gold all the way down the floor, like the walkway of it looks like it's carved out of white marble. Are you going to approach the bridge?
Do I see anything or anyone by the bridge?
Give me that old perception check at disadvantage, please. What's the other one? I see a 14.
There's a 4.
No, 4.
Oh, a 4. Okay, that's. See how it does this for me? It's really bizarre. All right, so a 4 and a 15. So you see nobody. Looks like the coast is clear. No reason to be on the defensive.
All right, he's going to try to like relax his muscles kind of for a second.
Oh yeah.
Try to get his muscles to calm the fuck down.
Shake the jitters out a little bit. Give me that performance check at disadvantage because you are exhausted. Nice. Tight. Nice and tight. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Right.
You know, double up on his illusion.
Oh yeah. So.
And then kind of walk out nonchalantly.
Your gut instinct is incredibly correct.
Real quick.
What's up?
I'm guessing my heroism's gone by now.
Your what? Your heroism? Oh yeah.
A minute.
Oh yeah, it was gone a long time ago.
So then I'm gonna, while I'm still in cover, I'm gonna use my healing hands
to heal yourself of your damages.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool beans. Those beans. Pretty sweet.
9.
Awesome. So.
Alright, so now that I'm full health, now I'd not
full health.
Try to
you got the illusion is up. You put on this air of Eladrin, which is like common villager, but they look regal as fuck, and you begin to approach.
Well, you look out of place, don't you, little boy?
Fuck.
Everyone who crosses the bridge must pay the toll.
As you see from underneath this Cyclops come out, this massive giant, and he comes out, he's like,
Now, pay the toll or make a bargain.
Did you say everyone must pay this toll?
Everyone must pay the toll.
I'm gonna have to ask you to pay the toll.
What?
You cross this bridge, everyone has to pay the toll.
But I's supposed to guard the bridge.
Eyes is guarding the bridge, and you must pay the toll.
No, I's is guarding the bridge.
That's what I says.
all right, hold on one sec.
Never come at me about the fucking loops.
What, the loops?
The fucking dialogue loops. You two and your dialogue loops.
Yeah, but you see, we're not taking it too far. We're taking it as far as needs to be, establishing a 1-to-1. One sec here.
I'm
All right,
trying
so
to survive.
so you want to make a deception, or
I was trying to do persuasion because I'm not
right?
would it like, I'm
Okay.
trying to, like, persuade him. I'm not trying to like hurt him, you know?
Well,
Like,
that you're trying to trick him. You're trying to trick him. You're trying to trick him, right? Let's do persuasion at disadvantage because you are, and I'm going to have it be against his insight.
Okay. Thank you.
Very generous.
Wolf.
A 9
Is this what is this?
Disadvantage.
disadvantage.
No. I mean, is this a saving throw or just a skill check?
Oh, it's a skill check. You're trying to persuade him, and he's trying to insight you.
Okay.
Oh, because of the divine gods or whatever. Favorite
Yeah.
gods.
Can I use inspiration?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Roll twice.
Dude.
So,
No.
Yeah, both.
Nine.
I keep getting low and then super high.
Right.
Low and super high.
Okay.
I am willing to throw in my inspiration if you feel that this is a situation that it would benefit you more than maybe later.
As is one way to use said inspiration.
I
Would
think
you-
this would.
You think it would? Okay.
'Cause I
I
have
will
a
throw.
chance. I have a chance with this.
Okay. I will give you my inspiration then. It is gone.
Ooh, go ahead and roll me 2 more times.
God damn it, dude. At least that's the highest, lowest I've gotten.
All right.
Highest, lowest I've gotten.
At least it's better.
So, let me just change this real quick.
This favored by the gods thing, I really hoped would help out more than it has.
Well, you know. Saving throws and attack rolls. It's you spec him for combat, right? So, he is going to roll a single insight check. You could have.
Oh.
He rolled a crit 1.
Oh, thank God. And then we wasted both of our,
What?
Oh, well.
both
As-
our inspiration.
No, that's
As-
so good though.
As he
That's
goes,
okay.
"Whoa, oh, all right.
Whoa.
Oh, all right. And you see just his one singular eye. If eyes is guarding the bridge and eyes is supposed to pay the toll,
I'm like nodding.
and as you guys are doing this, you're shuffling your way around so that way you're in front of the bridge, and by the time you get done, he goes, eyes don't have any coin. But wait. Eyes can give you a favor. Bound. All right. What is it you be wanting from me? And he does this. It's clearly him just trying to save face.
I need you to help me get back to my friend. My party.
Where are they?
That's not part of the favor. Do you agree?
Where do I send you?
Do you agree? You owe me a favor.
Oh, you got me. All right, I'll help you. I'll help you get back to your party.
Normal. His face looks normal, but you see his collar is like wet.
Right.
All right.
Sweat.
Where's we off to, boss?
The material realm, I'm pretty sure.
Right. Where's that?
This looks like we gotta find a portal to get me back home.
God damn it.
Oh, you want a doorway?
Yes,
All right.
to my companions.
I'm gonna help you get to your companion. Yes.
Your favor ends when I'm with them.
When I get you to your companions, is what you said. Those were your words. That was the deal. Struck.
Yes.
Was I would help you get to your companions.
To my party, yes.
To your companions is what you said. Not your party. I don't like dresses. I don't like fancy dinings. I don't like foods. But I'll get you to your companions.
In the material realm.
Right.
Lead on.
Okay. He's gonna go to grab for you. Are you going to try to stop him?
No.
He grabs you, and this is a giant, right?
Nope.
And he puts you to his
Same face. Right?
his-
Just a-
yeah. He puts you to his face, and he goes.
I know where to go.
Okay. Just the face.
Yeah, just completely stone faced. All right. So we're gonna cut back to the rest of the party. You guys have been chilling for a while, and I apologize as I've been trying to
I just want to say that I absolutely enjoyed every second of that. I loved it.
That was
Yes, it was great.
Right. So
All right, I understand what's going on. It's icky out,
what
and we need to find Deus.
what happened? What happened to Kaioken? Is Kaioken the Cyclops?
Wait.
I've
Are you trying to sound
tried
like
to
me
do.
right now?
You're Australian. You're not.
Yeah, are you trying to sound like me?
No, I'm not trying to sound like you. I'm trying to sound like Grog. I've been trying to do it since the beginning.
Bit
I ain't no
suspicious
good at
here.
it.
Bit suspicious.
So it's
Okay.
icky. Where do we go?
Like I've been saying,
I
we
mean-
need to try to go and look for the rest of the party.
Crikey! Get your kangaroo out your ass.
I've been trying to
You-
say that before you've.
You got
Listen here, you gits. Oh, yeah, right.
Oi.
Okay, okay.
So
So
I says that we just stay here, and if he shows up, he shows up.
Nope, I'm
We
going
ain't
out.
got much of an
I
option.
don't. Yeah,
Moving
whatever.
right
Look. You're a newcomer to this party here. I'm gonna just let you know that your opinion's gonna be lowest on the totem pole.
Yeah.
Oh, no way. You mean how I've been trying to be nice this entire time, and you've all been treating me like shite?
Nice.
I did not treat you like shit. Let's just go
You
ahead
ain't
and.
been treating me like a friend, and I've been trying to be quite friendly, I think.
I had a friendly conversation with you about the Fae,
Okay.
and then you just told me that you
I
didn't
asked
want
your
to.
name. You didn't ask. You didn't tell me. I remember. I never forget. Sometimes I forget little things, but I didn't forget that one.
I swear to me, Mum.
hey, just so you guys know, it was late when you first caught the whiff. It is now getting into like
Midnight.
y'all are gonna be definitely. Also, I need
No one's taking
Keksi
Yeah.
to roll me 2d6.
2d6s.
But it is incredibly late.
Uh-oh.
Luckily Xixis doesn't have to sleep, so he won't necessarily. But he does have to rest.
Your penis outgrown, and I'm gonna munch on my berries, and then all says we all get a little bit of sleep. If it comes back by morning, great. We're off to the races. If not, we go out and search for him.
Do you know anything about the Fey realm and then the Primaterial realm, like how they're way different places? It's not like you can just walk across a bridge and you're there.
I mean, yeah, that's how you get to planes. From what I've heard, that's how you get to other places that we can't go anymore. So I'm imagining you can't just go Ikaboo Hoobadoo and you're there.
Wouldn't that be vice versa for the other way as well? It's not like you can go Ikaboo and then come back here.
Well, I'm not saying he's going to be back here in the morning time, but I'm saying there's a possibility he could be.
No, I'm telling you right now, probably not. Yeah.
I don't care about no icky boo hoo, dude. But I want to go look for him.
I agree. He's not my favorite person, but I do feel bad that he's gone.
So who's going out to go look for Deus?
Huh?
Who's going out to go look for Deus? Kaioken?
Yep.
I'll go.
Keksi? You two are gonna go. The other two are gonna stay.
So as they're deciding this, can I do a history check, or how would I see what was it in my inventory?
Are you trying to ask your master?
Spirit of intellect, yeah.
Yeah, so it's in your extras as your familiars. Currently, he's giving you advantage on history checks when you consult him.
Yeah. So I want to consult him about.
Fuck yes, you do. Go ahead and roll me that history check, and you're asking about what exactly?
Yeah. What do you say?
As he's literally just like sitting right next to the fire, just like you see him with a stick and a marshmallow, and he's roasting it. Although there's no possible way that he could actually be roasting it. He just, this is good.
I
like this.
He's like,
yeah.
Yeah. So they see me walk up. Are we still in that tavern thing?
No. You guys. So the tavern is just like where we wait before we actually play the session.
Oh, okay.
That's just it's just a point out of time.
Okay.
But you guys are currently underneath a wagon lean-to with a tree branch brush thatch side to stop the wind from blowing all the way through, as three people are arguing about how to get to and fro and what possibly could have happened to Deus and also the loyalty of Zinch.
Yeah. So I would try to tap into this after I do that. My question would be to my master. I mean, like, I'm trying to get us to a better place. I know we're living like a bunch of homeless people right now, but I need to know if you know anything about travel to the Fae.
Go ahead and roll me that history check at advantage. Luckily, you've got a fucking +8. God damn. Double goddamn. Oh, Xixis, you do know I am here. I'm so happy. Thank you so very much for including me in your discussions. I'm just so happy to be here. So, let me think. Oh, great repository of Absalom. Where will our mind palace take us today? And he looks like smug. Just, you see, Xixis, here's the problem. When you live like a homeless person, you get an education like a homeless person. If you ever want to make anything great of yourself, please go back to the lab. But as far as going to and from the Fae, it is quite easy. Either you have access to the gate spell, which is relatively powerful, I suppose. If you learn it, then good for you. You can travel the planes. That is great. Wunderbar. Good. Or the other way to do it is to find the points at which you can travel to and fro. You see, And you see him literally pull out like a piece of paper, 2 pieces of paper, and he goes, here is the material plane. Here is the fey plane. You see how close they are? It is impossible for them to touch except for here and here. You have to find the points where they intersect like this. Those are called the points of weakening. They will give you the portals that you ask for. Now, generally speaking, if you are in the part that most embodies the planes that you are trying to go for, you will find them. For instance, here we are in a rainstorm. Now, when you think of rain, what do you think of? What season comes to mind? It's okay, I will wait. I see your processes are starting to slow down from all the homelessness. It's okay. Living in squalor.
I'm sorry, Master. This thinking process is hard because of all the homelessness.
Right. I understand. It is okay. I will take pity on you just this once, Xixis. It is okay. Please better yourself. You are much better than this. I know, cause I made you. So.
Oh, danke.
Of course. What season out of the 4 that we have that rotate cyclically would you say most appropriates the rain? I am making a point. I promise I will get you here.
Spring.
Exactly. So you would understand that if you were in a rainstorm and you found a magical point of weakness, you would likely travel to the spring. Well, the same could be said about the autumn fae. If you find a point in the plane that most embodies autumn, you would travel straight there. Now, some people have gotten very good at creating the space around them. All you have to do is think really hard about nature and what it means to become autumn for Mother Nature herself. And you will, in fact, create a point of magical weakness, especially now. I mean, look, generally you would have like the sphere, who was that hack? Leomund, his tiny hut, you know, the spell that he made, the tiny hut where you can stay inside all nice and warm and temperate. You don't even have that. But instead, it is okay. This is great. I feel like I'm roughing it again. But, otherwise, you are up Scheisse Creek without a paddle.
Yes.
So, I hope I have answered your questions with science and education that you can't get from being a street urchin.
As again, I sort of like shake my head and then just walk past them to my party. I just do the like space age hologram movie where they just go like this.
Yeah. He just goes, that was a weird feeling. Do that again, please. Actually.
Touch me more. Yeah.
Oh. Xixis, I noticed you never, just as a side note, I noticed that you don't use your arm blade so much. You know, I incorporated that into your design on purpose. If you wanted to, I could show you how to make some enhancements to that.
At this point, I'm homeless. Anything will help.
This is true. So anyways, so I was, and then we're gonna cut back to Deus real quick. Deus, you just got sniffed by a cyclops. He goes, all right, here we go. I'm gonna take you back now, and I'm going to get you to the rest of your companions.
So, yeah, that did freak him the fuck out, but he's trusting the fact that, he knows that he made a deal and they're supposed to follow it.
Mm-hmm.
There's very few things I think he would at least know a couple things. So
right.
I guess you could tell me if he really does know this.
Right.
But the 2 things I think he would know is, don't say, don't go into a deal with them like owing them, and don't say thank you.
Kind of. So you never want to be indebted to anybody, right? So definitely never be indebted to anybody, which thank you could be taken as, and generally is taken as, gratitude. And gratitude means I'm in your debt.
Yeah. So I feel like you'd know that, and that's why he was like.
Right.
But he also probably knows, like, they'll only follow it, so he was trying to be as clear as he could.
Well, yes. Also, the other part of that, what was the first part that you asked? What were the two things that you said he knows? Because the not saying thank you, and then the other one...
Should pretty much not be in debt. So
right.
The first thing was don't get in a deal with them, or it's, like,
right. So in that part right there, like, that's more of like a preference. Don't get into a deal. You can always make deals with them, right?
Yeah, that's
and
what I meant, like, don't owe them.
Right. Well, some people
if he asks for a favor, I do not want to owe him a favor.
Yeah. So some people in the Fate, they either come out nonplussed, where they still get what they want, but it's amicable. Some people are really good and they're able to pull one over on the Fate, but generally speaking, those guys can move mountains with their mouths, right? So we do a smash cut to Deus. And what you would see is Deus just completely straight. Like, and then you would like a slow pan out and you would see that he's inside of the hand of this guy and he's running like this. So really Deus is just in this centrifuge, but he's just, because he's got the fucking magic illusion on, he's just, as this fucking Cyclops is hauling ass towards this mountain. And as he gets there, I mean, he's been running for, you have no idea how long. And he gets to the base of this mountain. And he climbs, and you see he just goes straight for this cave that's right in there. Climbs inside of this cave, and he's about as tall as this thing. He's almost like 20 feet tall, right? And he's like, all right, here we are. And you see him just like roll right in. Like he immediately, it's like whenever Amelia like hid something from me, like whenever our daughter hid something from me. Hey, can you help me find this? And then she goes straight to it, moves everything out of the way, and goes right here, right?
Oh, I hid this earlier.
So he runs straight into this cave, straight into the back. You can't see much, like you have dark vision, but everything is still obscured, right? And so he pulls this rock over as if it was like a closet door. And sure as shit, there you see, on the other side of this, you see like this shimmery sort of doorway. And on the other side is a cave. And he goes, I think this is where you smell like. And he crawls in through it. And you feel this as you go through. This Cyclops has you in his grip as you both climb through. And he looks back and he goes, well, I was hoping to hide this one. And he continues to run out of this cave. Just doof, 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 doof. He's doing the Titan run from Attack on Titan. Right. Yeah, exactly. He's and so you come out in the middle of this rainstorm. You're getting pelted. He's holding on to you. You can give me a perception check at disadvantage if you want. That was Kyle.
Yeah, straight face, but he still hears a.
Mm-hmm.
God, that scared me. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a kid. I was like, this was mine?
I thought it was mine.
Ah, son of a bitch. That's a crit, too.
Oh, that's pretty good, man.
That's my two highest perception checks so far.
Let's see. Roll me percentile.
That's not bad.
Not bad. It's not bad. Not bad. Well, as you know, the Fae's weird, man. You come out. You're at the map? You're not at the map. Now you're at the map. You get your bearings. You've been here before. Not really here. You've passed by, right? You are right there. Boop. You are right there, sir. As he comes out, he goes, okay,
Boss, where is your companions? Because this place smells disgusting.
On
On
so
your-
is this? I see the map,
Right.
but would I know like, oh, I went through here? It's that way. Like, would I know that?
You wouldn't, because you traveled through here before, right?
Yeah,
You recognize the area. You've spent quite a bit of time there, actually. In fact, your memory serving you would remember you were just around here just a couple of days ago, actually. Right around like 4 days ago or so, you went into a cave that's just right around here.
Oh, is this the cave that we?
You guys are
from?
right next to where that cave was.
Okay, yeah. So from here, I'm just gonna like be like, oh, I'm gonna point.
Yeah, head north.
Where we traveled.
Right. You actually find yourself after just a little bit. He follows the mountain like to the north as you point to the north, and you legitimately pass by the cave entrance with the bloodstain still out there, being washed away. It's muddied up the ritual cave. You find yourself there. And so you're gonna keep going, heading back towards everybody else.
Can I ask your name, troll?
All right. Look. I
So what do you-
am only going to give you one pass because I owe you a favor. If you call me a fucking stinking troll one more time, I will squeeze you until your shit comes out your eyes. And believe you me, elf, I can.
He stops, gets really serious, and he just kind of like just lightly squeezes. But this dude
So
is
I know.
massive, yeah. He just
I am not a troll.
with his one eye that's squinty, so it just looks kind of sleepy.
That's my fault. You know how our eyes of us puny elves can deceive us. Or Eladrin, motherfucker, call ourselves.
How they can deceive us?
Us. I mean, that is a generalized race thing.
So you are one of them.
One of what?
The Eladrin?
Straight face, but just
Yeah. In fact, it's amazing that he hasn't noticed your mouth is not moving this whole time.
exactly.
Right. Well, I can't wait until this business is over. So I can go back home. Point it out.
So you're gonna point out the rest of the.
Yeah.
So you got like 3 or 4 days until you show up with the rest of the party. About, you think? So, as the Cyclops and his new toy run off into the nightfall, we're gonna cut back to the party. All right, you guys. We've got a split here. We've got a Keksi and we got a Kaioken going out. Do you guys go to the south where you last saw Deus?
Where do you want to go? I think he went north. Maybe he went south, west, eastern.
I mean, I'm
I have
really
no
bad.
idea.
I'm really bad with
Wait,
directions.
go out half a mile and then go clockwise. In the dark, in the rain, and then we'll meet back at the camp. No problem, right?
So you're just gonna make like a circle around the campsite?
Yeah, we'll start small and then we'll get bigger.
Okay.
Okay.
Any tips for getting to, like, do you know any way, like, you gotta shake your tuchus to get to the to the Feywild, or is there some sort of trick or what?
I fell here by accident. Would I know? I mean, I wouldn't really know how to create a portal because I don't have the spell.
Oh yeah, no. As far as you know, like they just happen. You can probably sniff them out.
Yeah.
If you're close enough, but you've been away for long enough that like Fey magic is kind of starting to like the Fey residuum, if you will, is kind of starting to like dissipate.
But wouldn't me smelling the spring Eladrin like maybe bolster that a little bit?
You smelled his intentional calling card to you. Sure.
Shot in the dark.
I didn't know if maybe, you know, there's just a little kiss of the Fey smell there that I could lock onto. And
Shot in the dark. Is there any chance that Kaioken has any Fey stuff, like has known anything being any time in his long life or something like that? Probably not.
One sec. So you could make me a nature check. Just a straight roll.
Ooh. 16.
So
Nice.
you are able to hone in on the part. Okay, so let me back this up just a little bit.
Okay.
The way that Fey magic works for Fey is it's a lot like the phrase "it's in the air."
Yeah.
Right? No matter what, it's always permeating you when you're there. Just raw magic. It's why people from the Fey can do things that people in the Prime Material have to have a component and spell like somatic and verbal components to do. They just can do it because they just do, right?
Yeah.
So for you, you've been out here long enough and you don't cast spells, right? Even when you were over there, you were like magical, but you didn't like make things happen. So for you, it's more along the lines of like when you smell like a candle that is familiar and you're like, oh fuck, I know that smell.
Yeah.
Right? So you, in your memory, since it is fresh, you catch the smell of like spring and you're like, okay. I know if I was close to Fae, like that I would be able to tell. So we're using that, yes, you would know when you get to that point in your search.
Okay.
So you guys are going to stay out all night? How long do you guys want to travel? Because it's past midnight at this point.
Yeah, I realize.
It is dark as fuck. It is rainy. It is windy. You're in the middle of a seasonal storm. And you guys want to start spiraling away from the campsite as you do this?
I think.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say if we just did like a perimeter walk out of like, I don't know, a mile, and we each took like half of a slice of the clock, you know, that you're talking about, you know, so you went, you know what I mean, and then we intersect down at the bottom and we can walk back up. Is that something that you would be cool with?
Yeah, that's essentially what I was saying, is like we'd walk out X amount of feet and then circle back and then, you know, go back to...
Okay, how far are you guys willing to walk away from the campsite?
What do you think? Keksi is not good at survival, so this is something that she's pretty much going to be looking to you for guidance or direction.
Would you appear hesitant with like being like you? Could I see like some sort of like reflectiveness in your eyes that you could see at night? You know what I mean? Like,
do you have dark vision?
I don't have dark vision now. No, I don't.
No. So no.
Would I see you trying to like light a torch and it keeps going out? I'm like,
yeah, because right now you guys are standing just outside of the camp of the actual camp, and you guys are talking about leaving, and you're in torrential downpour.
Yeah.
Wait, are you guys gonna go out or not? Or is one of you gonna go?
Kind of what we're getting to right now.
Let's just stick together. Let's walk out half a mile and just do a whole circle, and then when in the morning when we're tired, we'll do it again.
Okay.
Okay. How far out? I'm sorry.
Half a mile.
So half a mile.
Half a mile out, and then you guys are gonna do the whole circumference of a half mile away, and then back in.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
For
Zinch.
anything that's shimmery, like I was gonna allude to if there's any like I don't think I know anything about the Fae or anything, but maybe I heard a story or
Right.
something about something.
Right. I will get right to you guys in just a moment. So,
Okay.
Zinch and Xixis, you guys opted to stay in. Are you guys just gonna turn in for the night, or what's gonna happen?
No. Zinch is at least going to stay up.
You're just gonna stay awake until either they come back or
until they get back, yeah.
right, and then Xixis.
And then after getting that information, I did want to relay to them because they're like the whole reason why I asked is their plan on going and searching for Deus.
Okay.
So,
well, they are just right outside.
Yeah, so I would want to like hold out that mister and then like run outside really quick and find them and relay the information like so I happen to know some information about traveling to the Fae, and I sort of like try to show them, but I don't have pieces of paper because it's all like wet and shit outside. So I'm trying to show them with my hands like and I'm like
Right.
it's raining right now, so it's closest to the spring in the Fae, and like you have to search out the closest point. So where exactly was Deus sent? Because that could be a weak point in between our planes. That might be a good place to start.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't really know exactly where he was sent. I just know that he was sent to the Fae realm. He could have been sent directly into summer. He could have been sent over into winter.
Well, actually,
Did he
he
say?
did say that he would either get picked up by summer or autumn.
Ah, okay.
So then
And
I would just reiterate and say, well, from what I know, the closest that we can get without knowing where a portal is whatever our surrounding area is.
Okay. So think spring.
Spring with water, yes.
Spring with water.
Okay.
So,
Water spray.
that being said,
So is there any check I can do to
you can
help?
make me either a history or a nature check.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
All right.
22.
Nice.
I mean, here's the thing. Your wife, she's an elf. They're magical, right? You spent so much fucking time in the forest. There's no way you didn't find at least a couple of fairy creatures, some fae, like some sprites here or there. Maybe even like, I mean, obviously a satyr or two has passed by because they like travel here, they vacation here, or used to at least. You've heard plenty of tales in the past. They're just like, yeah, portals just open up and then they close, and then they open up and then they close. But you would know that at any given point on the material plane, there is always at least one place in the world that is the embodiment of autumn or winter or summer or spring. Always. There has to be. It's like a weird cosmic law that there has to always be one of those places where the Fae can cross over. Similar to the Shadowfell, there is always a place of dread and doom where the Shadowfell can permeate over. In fact, you know that just to the north of you guys, there's an entire plague that's been spreading that was fought back, of Shadowfell specifically. But as far as Fae go, and as far as the Feywild, that's what you know. You, with a nature check, you might be able to recreate if you had the materials, would know how to recreate any of the embodiment biomes that were talked about.
Okay.
You would have to, if you wanted to find autumnal, you would have to find dead leaves that were the right color. You would have to find old earth that is ready to freeze over. You would have to find cool air, so on and so forth. There's like, it's like a ritual, right? You would have to find the things.
So like not just any old dried leaf. It would be like a particular, like
you wouldn't need like this specific strain of tree leaf, but what you would need is you would need leaves that are in the life cycle of. You would need dirt that is in the life cycle of this season.
Exactly.
And you can find those anywhere, but it's a matter of finding them. But as far as like forcing a portal to the Fae of a different plane than the one that you're embodying right now, you would have to be a wizard. Or, you know, a similar mage of some sort that is of sufficient power to force something like that open.
Then I will convey this knowledge that I have just remembered, and then I would like to ask you if you would like me to convey it in a story that I would be able to tell, that I could relate to my past.
If you're going for a gold, then yeah, go for it, man.
I already did it with the...
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm like, I don't...
So what I was getting for is I can do another story.
Gotcha.
That would be similar to Soul teleporting Kaioken to Mount Asaran and sending him somewhere completely else with teleportation, because that kind of fits in the same, like...
It's up to you, man. If you want to, like, if you want to tell that story, then by all means.
I will convey exactly what you just told me.
Right.
Within Kaioken's speech impediment.
Yeah.
And do that. So I tell another story about, I got, teleported once to an area that I didn't know, and that relates to this way and this way, because it wasn't specific, and then it was under specific certainties that we didn't have available, essentially. That work?
Yeah. That's yeah. And so he would relay that story. You guys would get the gist of trying to force something to happen that like naturally occurs and not being able to replicate exactly what you were looking for. There's always a chance, but you can always hedge your bets. So are you guys still going to try to look for something? Or are you guys going to call it a night?
I'm going to look at the group and be like, I don't know what we could do. Like, we're kind of literally up shit creek, and
As I hear my master chuckle in the back.
All right. So
I told you, Xixis. There's a creek.
I'll open the door because I got this to say. And then he holds up his book that says Basic Detectiving 101, Volume 2, and he's like, all right, according to the rules of the detective, the first thing to know about a missing child is that they'll always try to come home if they can. So, if he has free will, he will try to be back here. That's why I was telling you earlier.
So funny.
Let's wait and see if he comes back. And then if he don't, we know he ain't got free will. Then we search and all that nonsense and blah, 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 and do the rain dance or whatever. And then we get to the portal and go save him.
As he pulls out the Karan City mid-level curriculum detective final exam syllabus and easy answer cheat sheet. No, that's actually it legitimately is a book that is actually in his inventory that says mid-level exam curriculum, and it's literally it's literally like a police cadet tome. It's got a symbol of a badge, the symbol of Karen on it, and which is just a big pit and all that shit. Like, yeah. As he pulls out, like, there, and he opens it up and he shows you the point, and right on it, it literally shows like a stick figure drawing of like a child, like doing this whole thing, and like, yeah,
bubble, I miss my mommy.
Yeah, and legitimately coming home, like that is a tactic.
Damn it.
Nice. Give yourself inspiration, Zinch. Everybody can give themselves inspiration for tonight. But you guys are gonna go searching before you go to bed or not?
If we were game planning,
I just need a
then
solid yes or no.
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 Okay, gotcha. Because it didn't sound like you guys were going to, and I just
We
wanted
were
to make
like-
sure.
Walking out the door, and that makes sense for you to stick your head out and do that.
Yeah.
So no.
All right. Well
I
then.
wanted to RP that Deus matters to Kaioken.
So
I feel like I tried to accomplish that.
you guys are all gonna huddle up and take yourself a long rest, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Can I
You-
do a long rest in this guy's arms?
Hold on. Don't worry. Just be patient. Just be patient. I promise I will get to you. The four of you guys, give yourself a long rest and the benefits thereof. Xixis, we'll get to you last with your thing. Because I assume you wanted to go back in and wanted to get that information from your master, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we see Deus. The running has slowed. The Cyclops goes, "Oh, I feel funny. Boss, I don't know what this is. I feel sluggish. What is this?" It kind of sets you down, and he's like stopped walking. It's incredibly dark. There's cloud cover, so you don't see anything. You can barely even make out, besides the shit that's like within your immediate 10 feet around you, which at this point is all grass, and woad. You do have the benefit of having him having had ran, like completely like super stupid fast. So we are gonna go ahead and actually move, if I can. Okay, I guess I can't. Fine. Fuck you. You actually are able to make it an entire, come on. There we go. An entire hex up one in the span, because he was just literally just sprinting. No, I'm adding too many. Yeah. There we go.
Big.
So
one. Now
you're one of these. You're one of these in here. But
yes. No one knows.
you can tell that he has definitely accrued a level of exhaustion getting you here, and he is now getting sleepy. Go ahead and roll me an insight check at disadvantage, because you're exhausted. He doesn't know what sleep is. He has no idea. He is so confused by sleep. But he is literally getting ready to just lay down in the grass, in the rain, and go to bed.
You're tired.
Is that what that is? Oh, I hadn't even noticed as I make Daniel's yawn.
To sleep, we need to find cover.
Oh.
Do you sense any caves nearby?
Sense any caves? That's a stupid thing you said.
It would
Elf.
be somewhere that smells musty, like air's not moving.
And he's looking at you just with his one eye. No. I don't understand how you think I'm some sort of like earth monster or some sort of earth spirit. I don't
There's only
know.
one thing I think you are.
What's that?
My friend.
Lean
If you-
into it.
I'm
That's your
waiting for
instinct.
it.
Lean into it. Lean into it.
I'm just saying, Deus is in a very hard spot in his life right now, and he just on somebody.
Dude,
She's not wrong.
Lean into it.
Okay.
You said it?
My friend. Yeah, sure. He's
All right.
Friend.
Make me a straight persuasion check, because you have disadvantage, but I'm giving you advantage, so it's just one straight roll.
could be better than disadvantage. So
It probably would have been the same thing if it was disadvantage.
So he goes,
Yeah, it would have been
Are
the
you
same
just
thing
checking?
if it was disadvantage.
oof, oof.
Oh wait, hang on. I have inspiration now.
Yeah, you have inspiration now. You gonna do it?
Yeah, I'll use my inspiration to keep that second roll.
No, you'll use your inspiration to reroll.
Ah, you
Rolls.
bitch, you bitch, you bitch.
Do it. Do
Do it. Do it again. Just do another good
That's
one.
not bad. That's not bad.
Oh hell yeah!
Fuck yeah, that's not bad. That's fucking great.
19.
So, he kind of looks at you and you know something, and he kind of like this massive paw just like pats you on the head, and he's like, "You all right, elf? You're all right. I think together we could get through this." And he just, as Amanda now yawns, you just hear him just, which sounds like a lion growl.
So I'm gonna.
Look around.
What?
And then so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna look around to see him.
Oh, you're gonna, yeah, because he's got the image on,
Grab his arm.
Snuggle in.
and then just use him as like the cover. Yeah.
Grab his dick.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. Fucking super little spoon. All right, so
Little spoon. Mega jetpack, if you will.
give yourself a long rest, but you're gonna keep the
Fucking hate your bullshit.
the exhaustion. Yeah, you're gonna really want to find out what that's about. But as you fall asleep underneath a giant in the rain, we cut back to Xixis. Well, are you and your vagrant friends ready to understand the powers of the universe from the mind that is Absalom?
It's a lot.
Of course.
Great. I will start with that piece of machinery that is on your. I assume that the arm blade is in your main hand, not your offhand, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, are you right-handed or left-handed? Oh, right. Okay. So yeah. So he's like, okay. So this is going to be interesting because you're going to have to do some stuff with your left hand on your right hand, right? So please produce your arm blade, Xixis. This is as everybody else is asleep. This is just you working on your own like electronics.
Yeah.
Produce your arm blade, Xixis.
So I kind of like kick out my arm in like a forward motion. And it just like swings out.
Right. Now, if you see right here where the axle is, and you see him like he's pointing around stuff, he goes, you see right here, where's the fulcrum point where it comes out right there? If you bring the power core from the internals of your arm here, where you change your hands for your toolkits, you can disconnect or splice in some extra wiring in here to the arm blade itself. If you look, there is a little port right underneath, and as you look in, you see this little tiny, it almost looks like you know those little tiny like micro like white like 3-pin connectors in computers, right?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of looks like one of those. It's like, I mean, it's no bigger than like a fucking like the tip of a pencil.
Mm-hmm.
And he instructs you on how to do this. If you would like, you can either make me a basic dexterity check, or are you proficient with sleight of hand?
No.
What is your dexterity modifier?
+4.
And your intelligence?
+5.
All right, so go ahead and roll me a, let's see, +4 +5, so that's a +9 to your roll. You're doing it with your offhand, so I'm going to take away 2. So it's a +7. So if you roll me a d20, you're going to add both of those modifiers. So you're going to add a +7 to your roll as you're trying to follow his instructions. Now, this is going to be rather tiny, but you are going to have to beat a 20.
Oh,
so you have a +7, right? Which means you have to roll a 13 or higher And this is going to be over the course of the night, the entire time. This is going to represent your best shot that you give at this. So you get the one chance for now to try to follow his instructions. So roll a 13 or higher on a d20. And yeah, add 7 to whatever you roll. Ooh.
Consequence.
Can I use my inspiration?
Fuck yeah, you can.
Oh, you better.
If it meets, it beats. It beats my meats. So, as you're sitting there, and he's like, "Okay, so here's what you have to do." He shows you this like whole wiring harness of shit that you are able to extract. And what the trick of it is that he shows you the ones that are pretty much vestigial. These strips of cabling that like really don't mean to do much. Right, he's like, this was here just for the version 2.5 before the version 3, so now it really don't do much, so you can cut that. So he has you cut this ribbon, and again, this is like super micro, right? And so he has you like make these splices and shit as he's doing, and you're doing this all one-handed. As you go to connect, and you feel your power go, and you can now consider your arm blade as a magical weapon.
Nice.
So before it was not, and now it will overcome the purposes of resistance. There are many things that will be coming as you do this. Now that I know you have the propensity of the upper echelons. Yeah, you froze there, bud.
That was weird.
Denomen.
So
I thought you guys left me, and I was like, wow, cool.
So here we go, and then we all leave. We got him.
To clarify, this is now turned into a situation where, like, if an enemy is resistant to slashing, this negates that. So it's still perfect. Okay,
so he now has a magical arm blade. It is considered a magical weapon now.
Awesome.
And what happens is you see it as you go to like strike with it. It actually like vibrates. So it kind of gives off a as you kind of like chop through. It's like, now as we go through this, you have to rest in order for this to fully. You have to restart for the update. You know, it has to configure from a fresh start. So I will come back with some more things for you to do. But please, Xixis, I cannot stress enough. I need you to go back to the lab. If we go back to the lab, I don't have to steal this body from you. It will be great. Because ultimately, this is my body. And it's almost as if I'm renting out my airship to you. I don't want you to ruin it. Because I'm going to use it eventually, and I would like for it to be in tip-top shape. So, please, Xixis, take care of it. I will see you in the morning. And then he's gonna like as he fucking disappears. But
oh my god, I love him.
That's where we're gonna call it tonight. Holy shit.
That was great.
That was a thing.
Lot, but that a lot happened.